Chi, get the yo-yo.
Dancing, glancing, wandering in the night.
Oh, by the way, it's not only the outer world that's looking way better.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
we're live.
you're in.
We're live. I just got.
Dancing in the night. Looking,
Number midget.
glancing, wandering in the night.
Foxy says with me. Number midget.
There's nothing glancing, just wandering in
All right,
the night.
now it is on.
Yep,
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the RGT podcast. We are live coming at you guys. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. Big Cloud here with the crew. We got some special guests with us this awesome evening. Shout out to everybody that's already in the chat. How y'all doing? Definitely hit that like button and go ahead and share. Let's get more people up in here and let's have an awesome show as always. Quick shout out to a few people that's here. What's up, Gillum? What's up, Master Disrespect? What's up, Kevin? My brother Merc 305. How you doing, brother? We got Great Tantrum and we have Samurai Warfare. What's up, brother?
We got Pep as well.
So
he just made it in.
It's definitely a lot to talk, man. It's definitely a lot to go over that's happening.
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot to go over, and it's gonna be interesting. So without further ado, I'll just start it. So I'm gonna get into intros first, and then I will get into the topics. Sound good? Let's start here. First of all, I'm going to get our special guest out the way. Now, we do have another one showing up. I don't know where he's at yet, so wait for him to message
he might come.
He'll hit me up. He'll probably hit me up in the chat. Mr. Karaba, a.k.a. Ace.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm Ace. I'm usually at FT Violence podcast. Call me Ace.
Nice.
Glad Lobo says you can't shut up.
Oh, okay. Savage Lobo here. Let's get down to these topics.
Good. That was good. Embrace your darkness. Let me stop.
Go get the yo-yo.
Carlos should be here in a few minutes as well. Mr. Messiah, go ahead, brother.
Good to be here. It's Friday fun day, and shout out to everybody on the platform, and shout out to everybody in the chat.
Oh yeah, shout out to my brothers in the platform.
We got Robert in the building. What's up,
Mr. Platform? aka I'm pretty sure that's Danny. What's up, brother? What's up, Sean? And I think that's everybody. Oh, how you doing?
Come on.
I almost forgot Dawn. And Foxy.
Let's go.
Foxy. Chi, get his mic. All right.
Oh, God. Foxy!
He's not there. All right, well.
Oh, wow.
We're going to start this. Anyway, how y'all doing? Welcome to the channel. Let's go ahead and start the show, man. So, it's been an interesting week. Definitely an interesting week. There has been a lot of fighting. There's been a lot of, I would say, damage control. There's been a lot of flip-flopping. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened this week. And I am a little lost for words by half the stuff that I read and went through this week. You mind muting your mic, Lobo? Just mute your mic.
Oh.
Thank you. But it's been a lot. It's been a lot going on. But we definitely want to get into this for sure. So I guess we'll start with the big news. Death Stranding. Reviews are in. Obviously, Messiah, I already know what I'm about to go with this because me and him both did. We both reacted to this game very similar, but we did two different ways. He did a live stream, I did a video because the reaction about this game was just ridiculous from what I was looking at. But review scores are legit in, and the game is scored an 84 on Metacritic right now. After being hyped for so long, it's now sitting at that milestone. And beforehand, the game, again, it was supposedly going to be exclusive. We all thought it was going to be exclusive at one point because of the whole deal with Kojima, but Hideo Kojima confirmed that it will be going to PC later in 2020. So I guess we'll just elaborate on that. What's up, Trey? What's going on?
What's up, Trey? Thanks for that super chat earlier, brother.
So I guess we'll
got me a little closer to that 5700 XT. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Oh, we saving up for that now. Okay, I got you.
I'm still waiting on the 1080 or the 1070. You said, aren't you going to get the 2070?
I haven't even got it yet.
All right, well, if you want to donate it to the church, I'll pause.
I mean, you want me to donate the whole thing? You want me to just go in payments for you? I can do that for you. Get your own.
Yeah. We can set up a payment plan, a big cloud
We
payment
can do something like that.
Just hit me on the.
I'll definitely support the cause to get you in better visuals for sure. I'll definitely help out.
Yeah.
Better pilot textures.
Nah, but go ahead. Keep running the show. Go ahead.
Don't
worry about my poleness later on.
All right.
What's up, Big Money? What's going on? That's our other special guest.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
What up?
Oh, hey, Big Money. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Welcome.
What's up, Desire? What's up, everybody? What's up, Lobo?
What up?
All right, so we're all here. -1. Carlos, he should be here in a few minutes.
Yep.
But anyway, let's start with this Death Stranding thing. So, Craig, you want to take over from here? You did a live stream.
Just real quick. It's a new IP. It scored roughly what I thought it was going to score. I think all new IPs are going to be 82 to 89. I don't know what people were expecting, and you talking about as far as the score, it going to PC or just?
I mean, the whole shebang. I mean, so much happened with this game in a record time. Remember, it was confirmed to go multiplied, and then the review scores came in as this.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I mean, again, this is fine. Yeah, I mean, and you had people. I mean, I heard people talking about what the value of their console came down, but the value of their consoles came down as soon as what was that thing called? That State of Play. As soon as they showed the Death Stranding console, PS4, everybody's PS4 depreciated. Because now you have a console that has its own look to it. So that console will hold value. But I'm excited for it. I was able to play the game yesterday for about 2 hours at a GameStop, and it visually is the best looking game I've ever seen. And I've been playing since the 70s. And it's the best looking, and it pained me to say that game looks better than Horizon Zero Dawn, and it does. Wow. And but again, I played it for 2 hours. I saw some of the characters, not all the characters, and it looks exactly what you have on your screen. It's a true 4K game. It's 2160p doing checkerboard, so it's a very good looking game. As far as it going to PC, any Sony game that they don't own that studio very well may end up on PC. I mean, their other first party games, that's not happening, so because it will, and Gears 5 does prove that. Nobody bought Gears 5. I mean, that's sad because it's actually a good game, but people they didn't buy it. So, and that's because you can go get it somewhere else for cheap. So, and rent it in essence.
Yeah,
so it's a good, I've played it. 84 to 87 is where I would put it. Is where I would, now it's the first game. It's just like with the Spider-Man IP. Spider-Man got an 87, so I fully expect the next version of that to get an 87 or higher. Anything below that, I'd be like, well, that's disappointing. If it's an 82 and 83, but again, the what it shows me is how moist some of these people are, because they look at the Metacritic score like it's a fact. It's just a subjective aggregate. It really reminds me of the DC fans when DC was getting ripped apart on Rotten Tomatoes and Marvel was getting higher scores. It's like, well, it's an aggregate. It doesn't mean the DC movies are bad. It just means that they're scoring bad. It doesn't mean they're bad movies though. But that's them. I'm buying the game day one. And you got to pay the bills there.
Oh, it's a sticker. It's a $20 sticker.
Oh,
a $20
sticker.
Shout out to Trey BK. I appreciate that, brother. Thanks for being here. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
But yeah, I'm disappointed in the people who still believe to this day. There are people, they were arguing with me saying that Sony owns Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain. I'm like, no, that's owned by Quantic Dream. That's not owned by Sony. I mean, tried to, David Case shopped Heavy Rain to Microsoft before he shopped it to Sony. So how can Sony own the IP if he's shopping it to another, somebody to push it out for him, publish it for him? So, but so you got a lot of ignorant people online, And
Yeah.
that's just it is. It is what it is. The Twitter is not your friend.
Nope.
And like I said, the butter biscuit brigade was out in full force this morning.
They're called the Twitter kids. The
Twitter kids.
Yeah,
Let me shout out some
like the Brady
individuals in the chat. Shout out to Soul King. What's up, brother? Who else? What's up?
What
Razal Ghul.
Danielle B.
Daniel
Buck
B. What's
Ranger.
up? I'm like literally going through the chat, so if I miss you, I'm
Impatient Fire. Trey AK.
Yeah, Trey's always. Trey's around.
The Amari Spartan God.
The Twitter kids have their
Voice Legend. What's up?
the Twitter kids have their own. They got their own theme tune, innit? There's a release. There's a game. Here comes the Twitter kids. Twitter kids. Twitter kids. Here comes the Twitter kids.
Oh God.
They're trash. I mean, to me, it was funny, but it really goes to show the people who think for themselves and the people that use White Zaddy score. And like,
I don't use White Zaddy score.
I mean, a lot of people don't, but there's a lot of people that do. And I don't know why they do it, because just go buy the game and score it yourself. I mean, I'll be there Friday morning, 10:45 in the morning. I'll be up there. I'll be back home, and I'll be loading that game up. Hopefully, it doesn't take as long to load as that daggone Call of Duty game.
Nah.
But here's the
better
thing.
on the PlayStation.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Death Stranding is rubbish, trash for some people, and it's amazing
Only
for
for
other
the
people. Why can't it just be left like that? Do you know what I don't like about it? What I don't like about it is, you see, Jason Schreier said he tried to get into it, he couldn't get into it, so he loaded up The Witcher 3 and replayed it. That's the right way to express how you feel about a game, not to trash a game you haven't even played, have no interest in playing, not even intending to play. In fact, you don't even own the hardware to play it.
Right.
So you're going to trash it anyway. Yeah. And on top of that, anyone who says they like it, you're going to start trashing them too. And then you're going to use your lame go-to excuse. Well, what about when you trashed our games? Not you. Say you ponies. Because what it is, right? It doesn't matter who comes at them on Twitter and trashes their games, whether it be Gears 5 or Recore or whatever. Sea of Thieves, it doesn't matter. You could be someone who's never trashed an Xbox game. Never. But you could just be a random saying, I love Death Stranding. But they'll put you in the same shit bucket and say, well, you ponies. It doesn't matter that you've said anything or not. But somebody has. And because you own a PlayStation, you are right to be singled out on Twitter. Now, that's what I don't like. Yeah. You don't like the game. If you don't like the game, then just don't like the game. Do your little tweet. So you tried it, not for me. But don't be having a go at people that do like the game. That's what I don't like about this shit. If someone enjoys something and someone doesn't, it pains them.
Yeah.
It's not even that they don't enjoy it. They've never experienced it not to know. Right? They're just going by reviews, other people's opinions, and they hate PlayStation. Right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Or you hate PlayStation gamers or whatever the foolishness is, right? But the problem is, you know, where are you coming from? How do you qualify not liking something? Surely you must have to have tried something.
It's only if
you don't like it.
If it's only the only time they'll like it if it's owned by a company that a certain company piece of plastic.
Well, that's obvious. I just said that in the full sentence. Thanks for repeating what I just said. How original, motherfucker. Hey, who's this foreign geezer you got today? He sounds like Mads 2.0. Who's this guy?
Okay.
Jack Reacher.
2.0.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh, you did that to yourself.
Yeah, I did that to myself. I did that.
This man walked right into that shit.
You get the point, though, innit? If you don't like something based on a review, then you know you're dumb. You're dumb because how can you take someone else's experience and then write off a complete game? If you don't like walking simulators, cool. I do. So Death Stranding is going to be great for me because there's a lot of those plodding moments of tranquility where I can play any music I want in the background for periods of time because the music is used very sparingly. in the game. So I'm gonna treat it like I treated No Man's Sky. I turned off the in-game music. I put my USB in, and I had all of the classic sci-fi movies. You know, the classical orchestral sci-fi theme tunes for everything. Not obvious stuff, but you know, like Space Odyssey and all that stuff. You know, stuff.
Space Odyssey.
Yeah. You know those real like classic operatic kind of sci-fi theme tunes. That's what I play in No Man's Sky in the background. So and I got my little puff. For me, it's a moment. I'm not really playing, I'm experiencing.
But I'm really glad, and I need to apologize because there's people out there who look like me, and I didn't realize how moist these dudes were. But you got to take that up with them. Do not hang that on me. I mean, their biscuits are so buttery. I did not realize how important Zaddy was to them. Like I said, Zaddy loves this game. He said, but now Zaddy said, now let's make this clear. Zaddy said this game is a technological masterpiece. They said it has the best HDR they've ever seen. Like I said, take this up with Zaddy. They said it makes all other games, even Gears 5, look bad. And they call it a technical masterpiece, and they're going to feature. So again, I mean, where are these people at that were claiming that, see how Zaddy flipped on them? Like I said, Zaddy wants a divorce from you guys, so, but it really does show.
Man. It's childish.
Yeah, I agree.
Twitter kids, they're really adults. They're not really kids.
Nah, these are grown ass men.
These are adults. These are Twitter kids. These are
they look like me. They look like you. They look like BitCloud.
They don't look like me.
Hey. They don't look like me, motherfucker.
They look like me,
They don't look like me.
They don't look like me.
You hang that over there because they are in love with Zaddy. I mean, and that's after Zaddy embraced this game. So it's just
Listen, if I look like them, I said this before, I say it again. If I ever look like them or act like them, I would go straight to Amazon, co.uk. I'll order me a rope, a chair,
and some butter biscuits.
Oh shit! Go out like fucking the man from the Iron Mask, like goodbye versus Useless World. Just jump off.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta butter some biscuits.
Shout out to J Dog in the building. What's up, brother? And Salty and
what's up, Salty?
Everybody else in the chat. What's going on? Hit that like button, folks. Welcome.
Hit that like button.
Missed y'all. I missed y'all, man. I haven't uploaded this much. I need to do more live streams. It's killing me, man.
Okay,
Hey, talking about live streams, people are doing 7 hour. I'm not even gonna name names.
Oh shit!
Don't even
do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I had to subscribe. I had to unsubscribe to a certain channel, right? I had to unsubscribe because they used to put out daily news, like for a certain platform that I enjoy, right? Because I'm a multi-platform gamer, obviously. But one of the portable / hybrid platform channels, you know where I'm going with this. They used to put out news like every day, sometimes 3 videos a day. And I used to moan about them putting so many videos in one day. But then it just stopped doing that. Instead of doing news videos, you don't have to, but they expect you to sit through 5 to 7 hours of fucking live stream to get news. What the fuck is that all about? That's your life.
I don't even know.
That's your life gone down the fucking drain.
Yeah. You have dudes as well damage controller for 9 hours. I'm like, listen. If you're not done,
but this person's married.
Y'all talking about our live stream? Goddammit!
No, that's it.
No. This person is married though, right?
No, I know, man.
How do you spend 7 hours of your married life every day? 5 to 7 hours of your married with kids life.
Dang.
Up to a chair, live streaming news.
What the fuck? You know what? I think people were trying to catch the lightning in a bottle that day, man. Because everybody, especially J-Tech, man, J-Tech wanted everybody to go ahead and just go ahead and get on him for what he did. And we did that live stream. Like I said, when we did that live stream, man, I went to sleep and woke up, ate dinner, and they still was on.
No. Hold on. If you do a long, bro, this ain't on you. If you do a long live stream once in a while, that's fine. But this is like nearly every day I'm talking about.
Oh,
Yeah, he talking about what's. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
You might as well go to work for a company and get paid real money if you're gonna put in 7 hours of fucking day.
Yeah, he's talking about him, Lobo. He told that guy.
I don't even want to say his name.
I know. I saw
I'm
that
cruel.
shit and I cringed.
I'm not
really?
cruel like that. I'm not
You
looking for
didn't need to
controversy.
say name. We all know who it is.
I'm not looking to Mads 2.0. I'm talking. I'm not looking. I'm not. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding. You'll get used to me. No, but here's the thing, right? Listen. It's not about whether someone wants to do a live stream or not. It's just I just don't know what wife would put up with that. If I was married, my wife she wouldn't give me an hour to live stream. 2 hours tops, but 7 hours almost every day.
Yeah, it's
and what
scary.
if you want a certain bit of news? How do you timestamp 7 hours?
I don't even know how you.
I get that message every stream. I know you get it too. They go timestamps. I'm like, dude, stop. If I didn't add him this show, I didn't add him the previous show. What makes you think I'll add him this show?
My whole thing is
I think it's crazy. That's insane. That's a mental health problem. 7 hours of live streaming nearly every day. And it's news. It's not gameplay. It's news. It's just fucking news.
Oh yeah.
I saw one video that made me cringe my ass off. The dude said that Sony has failed us because Death Stranding is not fucking exclusive. It's multiplayer. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't understand that.
I didn't understand this shit. I was like, what is going on with gamers? What is going on?
Was he crying on the live stream, or was he just normally, or was he screaming?
What's up?
Was he crying, or was he screaming, or was he just normally talking
Failed us.
on the live stream?
Oh, were they crying? I mean, shit. You might as well say they were crying during that fucking stream.
They're just like.
I can't believe what I just read. I can't believe it. Someone says real men are above women and keep their women in check. Oh, boy, what a punk thing to say.
My biggest problem is not what he did. He is a fraud. He's just a person that you take him with a kilo of salt, not even a grain of salt. Yeah.
You do sound like 2.0.
Damn, why they killing you like that, bro?
They went after you. They went after your boy in the chat there, Money. You see it? He said, what's worse, a 7-hour stream or a new stream or a 9-hour therapy session?
Hey, that's what that was. It was a therapy session. Hey, you know what? Look, check this out, man. The thing that I see, when we first talked about Death Stranding, man, I think I said before, that thing wasn't gonna score between an 80 and an 84. I think this day and age, a lot of gamers can't understand or comprehend what that game is about. That's why a lot of gamers not get with it. If you think back, man, back to Demon Souls had got the same type of reception, not from the gamers, but from even Sony. Sony was so mad at Demon Souls, man, because they couldn't comprehend what that game was about. And I think that's the same thing that's going on with Death Stranding, man. A lot of people can't comprehend what that game is about, man. And that's the only reason they're not having fun. Now, I talk shit about that game and I joke about that game, but I just deep down inside, I do want it to exceed. But I think when it's all over and said and done, man, I think that game is going to come down. It's not going to go up. It's going to go down to like an 82. When it's all said and done, I think that game's gonna be like
just being different, basically.
Yeah, but it's an 82 is good though, right?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It's a great score. It's a great score, but I'm thinking on the go ahead, Lobo. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Here's the problem that when gamers try to say that developers should get this game up to a 90, they don't even know. Aren't even gamers. They're just bunch of people who are just following the trend. I don't care if a game scores that low.
Yo, Carlos, where you at? This motherfucker stole your shit.
Or above. I'll just play the game. I don't even care if the game is that high rated or if it's low rated. I'll just play the game.
Well, but it's an aggregate score, and it's an opinion. It's like people are literally taking what an aggregate is, and they're trying to say, well, because it got that. This makes us feel better. I mean, I understand what's going on mentally. I mean, I mean, like I said, they're full retard. I mean, they went to the store, they got some crock spread, whatever. They spread it all over their biscuits, and it's just this is who they are. And then they'll say, oh well, it's the console war. And it's like one console has sold over 100 million. One console maker won't even report how many it sold because it's so bad. There is no console war. So these cats have just got to move on. Go ahead.
I mean, I'll say this.
You know what the. Go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
No, you I'll let you go.
I'd say right quick to Masai, man, you know what the worst thing about society is, man? This is an age where we really don't accept anybody's opinion. We get so frustrated and mad over other people's opinions, and it's crazy, man. I've never seen nothing like this in my life.
That's true.
People will literally not even talk to you because of your opinion.
But the answer to that, honestly, is that Sony's PlayStation has made the Xbox irrelevant. Period. It's no longer a relevant console. So every time something comes out, no matter what it's going to be, they're going to attack it because they don't have it on that platform. Mm-hmm. You know, so I mean, Gears got an 84 as well, but what they don't understand is Gears 5, the Gears franchise in its 6th iteration should be scoring higher than an 84 because it's in its 6th iteration. It should not be scoring in the 80s, even though that's a good game. I'm playing it right now. So, I mean, Death Stranding being a brand new IP, scoring in the 80s is actually really good because it's a brand new IP. You're gonna get the same issue with them leading up to The Last of Us Part 2. You're gonna get the same problems out of the same people because they're upset that game is not on their platform. I mean, that's what it's all about. They're irrelevant. They hate it. They hate the fact.
Craig, you got to look at what Twitter is, though, isn't it? Twitter it's a gateway. It's a portal for nobodies who ordinarily no one would pay them any attention. No one would listen to them, take them seriously, not even listen to them, give them the time of day. It's a portal for them to feel like they've got like they're part of a conversation. When really they're not. They're not, because if you met these people or you was face to face with them, you wouldn't even stop for them.
Yeah. What got me a little it had me laughing earlier today before I even got to the podcast. Now I put out a tweet. I was like, okay, so are we all just going to talk about Death Stranding review scores, or is anybody hyped for Nioh? You know, I was like, nobody's talking about Nioh 2 because the beta's open. Man, let me tell you, everybody went ghost on that fucking tweet. It was Death Stranding. I was like, yo, really? We talking about Death Stranding like this? Like, okay. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Is Nioh on PC and PlayStation, or is it on?
I think it's on PC as well. Pretty sure.
It's just PlayStation. All right, I'll stop.
Nioh 1 or Nioh 2? Because
Nioh
Nioh 2. 1 is on PC, but Nioh 2 as well?
Nioh 2.
No, it's on
PlayStation.
It's on PlayStation right now, but it's gonna come to PC at a later time.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, so it's timed. Okay.
I'm expecting it to come to PC. But I just want to say one last thing about Death Stranding and come over to the next topic, if you all want. The thing with Death Stranding is not the guy who made a 7-year stream and cried about it. It's the people who are these frauds that went ahead and canceled their pre-order just for the sake that not longer quote unquote exclusive.
Yeah.
If you're one of these people, you should stop gaming altogether. Because if you were only hyped about Death Stranding just because it's exclusive, it means you were never hyped for the game to begin with.
You're right. But hold on, I might be wanting Donald Trump to have another term. They should, because the wall does need built. Because I can't understand this motherfucker, man. Oh my god,
that was stupid.
We need to build a wall. I'm only joking. I'm kidding.
Get him, Ace. Nah, not crazy.
No, I'm kidding. But you are difficult to understand, though. I'll be honest with you.
Me?
I I heard not a gamer. That's the only bit I got. You're not a gamer.
Nah, he said okay. He said if you cancel your pre-order for Death Stranding because it's not exclusive, you're not a real gamer. You should just quit gaming altogether. That's what he said.
Well, I don't disagree with that. I think it's stupid to. I think it is, but it's their money. I'm not going to tell another man what to do with his money or a woman to do with their money. But yeah, I mean, I don't get why somebody or anybody, it doesn't matter who it is, would do that. With that said, I don't get why people don't understand what studios Sony does own. It's like it's like I said, it's like arguing with somebody who's like that piece of lint that's stuck on the floor that your vacuum cleaner can't get up. I mean, that's how stupid they are. So you just got to move on from it.
Yeah, because I'm like, hey man, if that's the thing, why don't McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's they all get together and everybody don't have their own business anymore?
You're right.
Everybody have one place to go to. Like what?
I love everybody's a fucking salesman now. You notice that everybody's more of a fucking salesman than a gamer now on Twitter. It's fucking sad.
Caraba. Where are you from, by the way?
Just call me Ace. Just call
his
me
name's,
Ace.
You call him, his name's Ace.
It's easier.
Oh, he's probably from Pakistan or something like that.
So, I am from Lebanon, but I live in Netherlands.
Lebanon?
In the Netherlands.
You're from Lebanon originally?
Yeah.
Wow, Lebanon.
Yeah.
Great food.
Definitely.
See? Stupid,
I'm a man of culture. You understand?
I know Lebanon well. I know Lebanon. Gaddafi, right?
Okay. Yeah,
Colonel Gaddafi, Tripoli.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I know Lebanon. We got a lot of Lebanon restaurants in central London.
Yeah, there are few Lebanese restaurants in London. Yeah, indeed.
Cool. And you're in the Netherlands now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was kidding, by the way, about Donald Trump. I was joking.
No problem.
I don't like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You are
I know
fake
you don't. I
news.
can handle a joke.
You're fake news. You want me? You having a giggle?
Hey, Slow-Mo, you ain't lying though. Everybody does have MBA and fucking technology, son. Oh, the system can't do that because I'm like, motherfucker, it's right there in front of you. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Now dude's talking about graphics cards that are far out and these fucking systems already have a release date. Well, have a release window and those graphics cards are not gonna be out by then. It's like, do y'all motherfuckers even read? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Add this shit.
Let me go ahead and add this as well.
Hurry up, motherfucker.
Do these guys even think that that Kojima owned Sony owned Kojima to begin with?
No, Sony does not own that studio.
But
they do own the IP though, right?
Yeah, they own it. They have a trademark.
The trademark.
That's it.
They have a trademark. That's it. They don't own the IP. Why didn't they look it up that they only trademarked the game, not the IP?
They're moist. You gotta move on.
Say make RGT great again.
No, here's the thing: Sony's not gonna give Sony's not gonna fund Hideo Kojima's whole game and the marketing and give him a whole engine
Exactly.
and not have some kind of ownership. Are you kidding? That wouldn't be on PC if Sony didn't agree.
Yeah. This report going around that day supposedly said the same thing for Quantic Dream. Supposedly they agreed to it. Going to PC.
Agreed to what?
To Quantic Dream's Detroit and Heavy Rain like that going
Yeah,
to PC.
but Sony, you know what it is, right? Either Sony didn't want to buy them, or they didn't want to be bought.
Yeah.
And it was just a partnership, that console exclusive partnership, and at the end of a certain time period, maybe they could take their wares to a non-competing platform. Maybe that was part of the deal, a non-competing platform.
I think they fell out. at one point. Because remember, they stopped messing with them at that point when those allegations start coming out about the working conditions and stuff like that.
Harassment.
I don't think it was over that. Do you know why? I don't think it was over that. I'll tell you why. Before that, there was another controversy with Ellen Page nude pictures and all that stuff, and they still didn't separate from that. So I don't see them putting.
I think you're talking about the Epic Games controversy. I'm not sure if that's the one that you're talking about or if it's something else.
What? Who are you
Everyone-
talking to? Me or Big Money?
you, Foxy.
No. It was Ellen Page was in their game, right? Ellen Page,
Oh.
Beyond Two Souls.
That's beyond social.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
That's
right
not
about
epic.
that.
That's
He's right
not
about
epic.
that.
That's not epic,
Fuck.
right? I know, and nudes of her were leaked online because she had nude scenes or something, right?
Makes
Well,
sense.
we
They
didn't
did
get to see,
tone it
we didn't
down.
get to see her nudes because obviously in the video game they edited it well, right? But she had to be nude in order for the motion capture for it to be realistic in the scene when they were filming it, and those images were leaked. And
Mhm.
Sony didn't distance themselves from Quantic Dream then, so I don't know why they would do it for something that I see as less controversial, because these are accusations and allegations, right, about the workforce. But that really happened to Ellen Page. Do you know what I'm saying? That really happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's but yeah, there's just a lot, and that's why I did that podcast, like you said, Big Cloud, the other night. I literally showed from Sony's page what studios they physically have ownership with, and that's it. Now, does this mean that they don't have some type of deal or something like that? Sony's biggest deal for this was getting Kojima that Decima engine and Kojima improving the engine. And guess what? That's still Sony's property. So Sony still owns that engine. It's like, yeah, that's fine. You use our engine, but this is our engine. And the game's beautiful.
Yeah.
The game is beautiful. So, and it's an improvement. And it hurts, like I said, it hurts my soul to say it looks better than Horizon Zero Dawn. Because I can't believe I've gotten those two type of games within 27 months, 29 months of each other, however it is. But it's that's what Sony's big win was. They got promotion on their platform. We have seen nothing but this game on the Pro. That's all we've seen. You've got a brand new exclusive console if you want to go buy it. So they got a whole lot out of it, and they got to keep their relationship with Kojima. So
and not
that's
to
just,
mention, here's the thing: they're gonna be making money on PC as well. That's gonna be the first time that Sony will be getting money from.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, and again, that's why it's just not a big deal. Now, I get it. People are like, well, now they're going to put all their games on PC. It's like, no, because they can clearly see that how much money Microsoft is losing. They see the absolute utter failure of sales of Gears. They see the failure of the sales. Not that it's a bad game.
The only reason, why it's that's coming. The only reason why they're going to sell it at full 60 is because it doesn't have Game Pass. And if it was coming on Game Pass on the Microsoft side, it will lose a lot of money.
Yeah, so it's hilarious to me. But it's just a certain segment of people.
But we don't have to defend the game. Listen, I'm not defending Death Stranding. It doesn't need defending. You like it or you don't like it. Reviewers like it. Some reviewers don't like it. Big fucking deal. Move on.
Yeah, like anything else. Some people like it. Some people don't like it. Wow.
I'm not going to defend it. I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to take it for what it is. Yeah, my money. Yeah. I do what I want with my money. I buy the game. I'll experience the game. If I like it, I like it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. But I won't feel sour if it's not everything I expected it to be, because I went in there knowing what to expect. But I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with this game, because I love, like I said, I've platinumed walking simulators and replayed them again, because some of them you have to do 2 playthroughs to see everything. Right, because you get choices and you can't see both choices in one playthrough, that type of thing.
Are you guys are still on this whole Death Stranding crap, man? Seriously?
Yeah, we're trying to
the cat drug
just
in
to
all late.
finish.
Nah, I'm playing.
Just to finish. So I don't see myself having a problem with the game, and my enjoyment of something doesn't depend on somebody else's opinion.
Thank you, Foxy. Thank you. Thank you.
I wish everybody in the world would start thinking like that, because that's the problem with this world. We're so dependent on other people's opinion.
Yeah, I need to get in touch with Mr. J there. Money.
But you know what's the sad part with this whole situation is that I find it very disturbing that you have certain individuals that think that by calling out Kojima and talking about deception and all this crap is really going to change the narrative of the game. Like, it really isn't going to affect nothing.
Yeah.
If you want to play the game, you go play it. That's it, plain and simple. It doesn't have to be a nuance of just, oh, it's not on my most favorite platform. Who gives a fuck? Just enjoy the game for what it is, man, and stop trying to put people in the same ship as you.
Yeah,
when dude said that he was a traitor and shit like that, I was like, okay, this is where the internet's gotten a little over.
Carlos, this is for you. Remember when we 2 months ago on the RGT where we explained that if I was gonna double dip or wait until it comes to PC? So do you think I'm still gonna be buying it on both, or I'm just gonna be waiting till
you don't buy games, so I don't think you're gonna buy it at all.
I don't necessarily. This is my whole logic behind everything. Okay, if you are a multi-platform owner, right, it is your choice, your preference if you want to play the game on said hardware, right? So if you have a PS4, which I do know that you have a PS4, you're gonna take the choice upon buying it on the PS4 if it's your choice. Now, since you're also a PC gamer, you have a PC and you have a built PC, then if you want to wait a couple of months extra for the port to come out, then you also have that choice. So either or, it doesn't matter what platform it goes to. The multitude of people that are going to play the game is what really matters at the end of the day. It doesn't really matter if Kojima would have came out and said, "Oh, it's a PS4 exclusive only."
Yeah, I would say just big fucking whoop.
Well, we knew. You know what? People acting like this is some new shit. The day they fucking revealed it, there was hints. It was coming to PC.
There's been hints all over.
Within hours of it being revealed for the very first time, there was already articles being written.
Exactly.
Because of whispers that it will come to PC. We've known this for donkeys. This is just confirmation of everything we already knew.
I covered this shit, what was it, 2 months ago when they actually delisted from their exclusives lineup, Death Stranding?
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, that's the whole thing. You'll always be able to find things. But we need to move on. We've been on this for almost.
Wait. But hold on. It kind of is an exclusive, though, isn't it? Because it's a console exclusive. You can't get it on any other console.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah. I mean, again.
I mean, in those terms,
they get out the window though. They do stuff like that.
If it's good for Microsoft, it's good for Sony. Console exclusive.
It's not an exclusive anymore.
World premiere.
It's not that big a deal to me, but we need to move on. We've been on this.
Yeah, it's not. It's not that serious, people. Just
before we move on, there's one thing I hope they do with the game though. It patch the bosses and make them harder because I heard they're easy.
Hey, I was just about to say everybody has a very bad concern about the bosses, man. The bosses are, I've been hearing they are terrible.
I mean, the early ones, from what I was told about it, the early bosses that you encounter are very, very easy, but they get a little bit more creative and challenging near the end.
Like, somebody who played it for 2 hours thought about the bosses.
I heard all the bosses are a pushover. You just repeat the same shit.
I heard the same thing, Ryan.
Damn, you everything.
I think
well, no, look at somebody who's played it.
Yeah, that's what I got it too. Because I got it. I had
played it for 2 hours. I played it for 2 hours. Not about the bosses.
Yeah, a person, someone who I know who actually reviewed it from the coalition, gave me some tips on it. He gave me a few ideas on it. He was basically telling me how before the reviews came out, I already knew that you were going to be graded on the not the value, but the quality of the packages that you're delivering from whatever spot to the other. Like I knew that shit was going to be in there. There was going to be some kind of grading system and shit like that.
Where did you play that at? Is it like at selected, or is that at all?
No, the game comes out next week. It's already in select. It's already in stores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
already in stores.
So if they patch it at some point, and allow us to have a hardcore mode for the bosses, that'll be so much better because then you can play it like a demon, like a Souls type game. If they make it hard.
But aside from everything else,
maybe there is a hard mode and they just didn't know about it.
Well, not one of the reviews. The one thing all the reviews have in common, forget the scores, they're polarizing. Some are like 6, some are 7, some are 9, some are 10. But the one thing all the reviewers have in common is they say the bosses are piss easy.
That's crazy.
But even I think Kojima did this on purpose, for the sake of people finishing the game and not getting stuck. He didn't want a case of Dark Souls, like for example. He just wanted people to finish the game, the story.
Probably so. You never know. Probably so. I mean, shit. I heard the way you take out these fucking bosses. You're throwing shit, blood, and piss at them. I mean, it's like that's how you beat these bosses. That's that is so fucking weird. And I was like, oh, that's their weakness. Your feces, piss, and blood.
No, and you know what's the sad part about this whole situation? A lot of the things that are being said about this game, right? But come around when this game goes on PSN Plus for free. All those hypocritical douchebags that were down so much, talking so much crap about it, will be the first ones to go on that free PSN subscription and then download the game and play it through that. That is hypocrisy at its finest.
Well, I'm buying it on physical.
Of course.
I'm buying it physical, and I'm gonna finish it on PS4 Pro. And when I get my PS5 and it's enhanced, I'll play it again.
Yeah.
Hey. And more power to you, Foxy, because you actually love your hobby. But there are some of these fake hobbyists that want people to feel some type of a hidden agenda against a certain situation, and don't try to bring a little bit of positiveness to the whole situation. It scored a freaking 84. It scored an 84. It's not a bad score.
Well, apparently that's bad according to Gears 5, and people are using this to justify Gears 5, which is the funniest shit yet.
Let me simplify it the most simplest way, right? The only reason why Gears scored an 84, it wasn't because of the multiplayer aspect of the game. It was due to the campaign and the story.
Because the story is the same shit. Yeah.
The multiplayer,
it was nothing new.
Wait, what did Gears 5 got an 84?
Yeah, Gears 5 is an 84, and motherfuckers using Gears 5.
And due to the fact,
you know what, they're not bringing that up when they're trashing, Death Stranding though.
Oh no, they're using Gears 5 as a way to bash it.
Death Stranding shit. It scored the same as my favorite game, Gears 5.
Yeah.
Hey, Foxy, I think the thing is people were expecting this game to do nothing but 99. They want this game to be a 92, 97. That's what people expect.
But it's not because it's not a game.
It's not.
I mean, not gonna lie. A lot of people have been saying 90s for this game just off of Hideo Kojima's name alone. That's what a lot of people have been saying.
Just off his name.
Yeah. And the fact that it's not 90 or whatever.
Listen, the man's a genius. But even Picasso and other geniuses of their time made trash too. They made stuff that wasn't always as amazing. Look, at the end of the day, genius are experimental. That's what makes a genius, you know that. They think outside the box, they're experimental. They don't follow the same tropes. And sometimes you take a risk and it doesn't pay off like your last game.
There you go.
And to tell you the truth, honestly, like with the whole gear situation, that score went down due to the fact that the multiplayer is so freaking broken. It's not because of the campaign. The campaign is freaking awesome. But the multiplayer aspect and the pay to win skins and all this other shit that they've been doing has been really declining the game to a soulless game. Like you can't really enjoy the multiplayer aspect of Gears at all.
But isn't that what people do though? They put people on a pedestal.
Yep.
And wait for failure and then drag them down and piss on them and shit on them and step on them in the mud. Don't they do that? Don't they love you when you're up? Don't they just love you when you're up? Ask musicians and actors, people in all types of creative environments. They love you when you're up. When you're scoring goals, they love you. The minute that you let one in through the net or you don't score a goal, your name is like mud.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, listen. People just gotta enjoy the game for what it is. If you're into that type of sci-fi action, fantasy-based kind of alternate reality thing, and that's up your alley, enjoy the game. For those who are not into it, then guess what? There are plenty of other games that you can enjoy and not bash on. That's just how it is.
Bro, I'm getting fucking South Park fucking things with Death Stranding because I mean we're throwing shit at enemies.
Yeah.
I had this one dude told me, he said, man, Yoda is the smartest motherfucker in the universe, and he still don't know what the game is about.
Hey, but Yoda will say this. Yoda,
that shit's
likes
crazy, but it's
strange
really
things.
coming down on this game, man. So.
Well, I mean, we've been talking about this in apps. It's not going to change. Go buy it if you want to. If you don't,
Just buy it if you want to play the game, man. Just stop basing all your opinions and decisions.
Let's shift this. Let's definitely shift this energy. But it was a good ass discussion. I'm glad it was a good ass topic. Everybody in the chat, hit that like button. Shout out to everybody up in here.
And salties, everybody's a gamer. It's just there's a lot of hypocrites in the gaming community.
Yeah. Let's talk about this for a second.
Not only hypocrite, being fraud. Just one thing. And this is about. I just read a tweet, I think, about how 70 people from Guerrilla Games, they actually helped
development of Death Stranding.
The development of Death Stranding.
Yeah, but that's on the preview. It says that. But
I'm not talking about exclusivity or whatsoever. I'm just going to ask is this a new occurrence? Because we've seen that happening with the people from behind God of War helping EA with making
Santa Monica.
with the combat of Star Wars.
Yeah,
so
he's right. He's right. They're support studio. A lot of these studios are support studios as well. Like he's right. God of War, Sony Santa Monica, they have worked on many games as a support studio as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
many games.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a
So
while.
is Sucker Punch and Guerrilla Games. They've all been in support roles on certain titles. Even when it came to Until Dawn, which uses the Decima engine too. It uses the same engine as Death Stranding, same engine as Horizon Zero Dawn, Until Dawn, or Zero Dawn rather. Until Dawn was helped out with Decima engine by Guerrilla Games. People don't know that. If you look at it, if people, that's why, because people don't finish games, so they don't get to see the credits. So how could they possibly know?
Yeah, well, I mean, they've always done.
Enough people play games and never finish them, so they never seen a credit in their life. The only time they see credits is when they go into the options and see the credits at the beginning of the game.
Oh yeah, they take a picture of it. Oh look, I finished it, and they put it on Twitter.
You know what? Ace. I know Ace. I've been thinking, who does Ace sound like to me? I've heard that voice on TV. Ace. I know who it is now. Andy Kaufman. You sound just like Andy Kaufman, man.
Oh man.
Who is that?
He's a guy he's dead now. He died of cancer. But he was in a show with Danny DeVito called Taxi.
Yeah,
remember Taxi?
Yeah, I remember that.
Taxi Company, a comedy show. And he also, Jim Carrey played him in a film called Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude is
Andy
hilarious.
Kaufman. He used to put this voice on, and he sounds just like you.
No, actually, my voice is not that heavy, but because it's being transmitted through the phone or laptop, then it goes heavy.
Yeah, it's just, you remind me of Andy Kaufman, one of his characters. He had loads of characters
Let
that he
me
used to play.
check it out. Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, great. All right, let's switch this energy to this other list. All right. Nintendo in just 11 days sold over 1 million Switches, 1 million Switch Lites. Here's the funny thing, though. They actually released their official sales numbers. As of right now, the Nintendo Switch has sold 41.67 million units worldwide, and the system has only been on the market for 2 years, pretty much.
Wait. What? Repeat that again. 41 point what?
6.7 million. 600, yeah.
Wait. So are they nipping at the heels of a certain brand at this point?
Here's the thing.
You know,
last
some
time
people,
we heard something.
some analysts have come out and already said that Nintendo Switch has overtaken Xbox One sales already.
Wow.
They said it
did,
has because
yes, I
that's a
heard of that.
September. That's a September number, and Xbox was on like 41.6 million at one time, and they reckon Microsoft's only sold about 500,000 consoles since then. So Nintendo Switch has roughly overtaken it, or they actually sold either the same or Nintendo Switch is a couple thousand units ahead. That's what analysts have
So
said.
can we officially say that the Nintendo Switch has been a great success for Nintendo thus far, and that even with its lackluster features and everything that everybody else rated by, the system is still doing what is made to do, and that's
Carlos, I'm so right. I'm so right. Nearly 99.9% of the time, it's boring. I said this on the Gamer Couch. I said this on the Gamer Couch when Switch just launched. I said it's going to overtake Xbox before the end of this generation. I said it's going to outsell it in games. It's going to outsell it in hardware. It's going to become more popular. I got into arguments with people. People fell out with me. And look what the fuck. See, just listen. You want the lottery numbers? I can't help you. But ask me anything about this industry. Yeah, we can talk.
Hold on, Foxy. 2 years ago, about 2 years ago, Foxy, I went with you off of 2019 for the PS5, and you made me look crazy as hell. Now, come on now, Foxy. Goddamn. I went with you. I was like, man, that's my man right there. You told me 2019, that shit ain't nowhere near 2019, Foxy.
No, hold on, stop. You know what? No, stop. I suggest that you find that video and rewatch it. I would never have said it's coming in 2019. I would have reported that a Japanese analyst said it or a journalist said it. I would never say that. I would never say it's coming in 2019. You might see the video title and it says PS5 coming in 2019 ? But if you watch the video and see the detail, I will tell you that a prestigious Japanese fucking journalist or analyst has said that Sony are launching in 2019 holiday. Not me. They said it. I'm only reporting what they said. But a lot of people confuse my videos for things that I've said when I'm not. I clearly say in all my videos where the information has come from.
Do you remember? Ryan, do you remember? This was about 2 years. Remember when I first said that and I said who I got it from? Do you remember that? This was like one of the last videos we did on the old podcast. Do you remember that? And you was like, you losing your goddamn mind.
Oh yeah, I told you it was from analysts. We were talking about analysts.
Bro, I got receipts. All my videos are still there.
No, I'm not saying.
If you can find a video, no, I promise you this. I'm so confident. If you find a video with me confirming PS5 is coming out in 2019, dude, I'll buy you a PS5 on launch day.
Oh shit! Well, let me get the one. Let me find this one. You talking about that? No, I'm not saying that you said it completely. I'm just saying I went off the handle when I first heard you say that because I was a fan. Well, I'm still a fan. I'm just saying when I heard you say it back then, I rushed to our podcast and Ryan was like, "Man, get the hell out of here! You losing your goddamn mind." I was like, "Man, because
you were going off a whim from the analyst," and I was like, "Keep in mind, this is who was? Yeah, you were going off a whim of an analyst, and I think the analyst who said this was Michael Pachter. Was it Michael Pachter who said this?
Is it Michael Pachter? 99%.
Yeah, I think it was Michael Pachter. Was it Foxy? It was Michael Pachter.
In all my videos, I say who I heard it from. I tell you the website. I tell you the outlet. I tell you the journalist. I named them. I never, I'm too smart to come out and say something stupid like that.
But one thing, my biggest problem with Nintendo is they don't lower their game cost.
Oh, join the club. They ain't gonna fix that.
Yeah, that's
they ain't gonna fix that, bro.
Away with it? It's like
I remember at the beginning I used to say fiscal 19, which takes you up to March 2020, right? Mm-hmm. But that wasn't me confirming it. That was me speculating because it works for Switch. If they can launch in March, perhaps Sony can launch PS5 in March. But I always had two. I always said it was either going to be March 2020 or holiday 2020. I never confirmed either one of them because it's not my job to do that. I could, even if I knew for sure the release date of PS5, I wouldn't have been able to tell you anyway. So you wouldn't have heard it from me. Because the person I get the information from, they'd never give me information again if I had revealed that before time. And I respect my sources. There's no way I'm going to come out and say shit and fuck up my shit and then have people point fingers at me. One thing I can proudly say, no one can point fingers at me and say that I categorically said something and stuck to it. No one can ever say that because I'm too smart for that. I'm too intelligent to do that fuckery. And I'm not a liar either. I wouldn't lie to my audience. I'd only tell you that this is speculation or it's part of a rumor coming from this website or this person. There's no way I put my name out there, my neck on the block and say, yeah, you're going to get your PS5 in 2019. Never going to happen.
Hey, Foxy, let's go to Arturos. That's the new thing.
Oh god.
Oh no, I got a new one. I got a new one up there now. Now it's a new CPU coming out, and I wanted to be Jack Reacher. So I got it already out there. I put it out. It's called Vermeer.
Oh god.
So that will be in the Xbox Scarlet. People.
Oh god.
There's your CPU.
All right, so can we call the PS5 the bulldozer then? Because
Now I see why I don't upload as much on PS5 specifications because there's too much bullshit.
Oh God, Chris.
Well, I mean, they pretty much confirmed everything.
Shout out to the over 200 people up in there. Hit that like button. Hope y'all enjoyed the show.
Hit that like button,
Appreciate y'all.
Or, you know what? I'm more worried about the price than the actual specs of the thing. I'm worried about the price.
Price is gonna be good, bro. Don't worry about price. It's gonna be 500.
Yeah, 500. Just get ready.
500.
Yeah.
It may be lower than that, but get ready to pay. I say get ready to pay $6, but if it's lower than that, fine. That's great news. Now, with that said,
how much is too much, Messiah? How much is too much?
I think for what it's going to do, I say $7.99 is too much. But for what it's reportedly able to do, I would physically pay $5.99. But if it's cheaper than that, I think that's fantastic. I think it's wonderful.
$5.99. You're willing to pay $600 for this damn?
Well, I mean, they're gonna have a trade-in program.
But he have a PC. If you're somebody that have a big PC and a strong one, then you have no problem paying 500, 600, 700, even 800 for it.
Well, I mean, it won't be that much, but I'm just saying, I mean, people just need to be prepared. I said this months ago. Start putting $25, $30 a month in a little savings account. And when it comes out, you won't have to worry about it, because you'll have the money. So, but they're going to have a trade-in program for the Pro and the PS4, stuff like that.
I would love for that to exist because you can trade in your PlayStation 4 and you pay a little bit extra and you got yourself a PlayStation 5 with a year or two warranty.
Yeah, correct. There you go. I mean, again, these people need to be ready to. For what it's going to do. So. Go ahead, Fox.
I cut you. You
go.
Well,
no, I was going to say for what it's going to do, but you need to understand if you're going to pay for the PS5 and then you get a brand new VR system all together. Let me make sure I say that very slowly. All together, you're going to be paying over $800 or right at it. That's for two separate things.
If I didn't have a YouTube channel, I wouldn't pay $600 for PS5.
Exactly.
Right.
I would only do it because I've got the channel and it's part of what I do. So for me, it's not only just a games console that I'm going to enjoy. It's part of my work, what I do. So I'd have to get it. But if I didn't have the channel, I'd wait for a price drop. There's no way I'd never spend $600.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of on the price point, I thought you said it was gonna be $300, Craig. You was like on the fence of $300.
What now?
You used to have $300 PS5.
For what now?
For the PS5, you said it could be $300.
No, I've always been higher than that. I mean,
you said something about $300 for PS5.
I've always been around $499, but you better be ready to pay $599. I've always said that. But if you trade something in, it will come down. So I've been consistent.
So you putting everything into the whole trading program? You really think they got that on lock?
I think they'll do that because they did it for PS3 or PS4. They let you trade in PS2 to PS3, vice versa. So they'll have something. Now, how much they give for it, that's what we have to wait and see.
Well,
But
question everybody in the chat. Everybody in the chat. I want you to put 1 in the chat if it's yes or 2 for no. How many of you guys actually trade in your actual consoles for the next iteration? Do y'all keep y'all systems or do y'all trade them in? Like, how many of y'all actually do this?
I'll keep my system.
I keep mine. I never trade them in.
But I think this, because we are now having, it's confirmed to have backward compatibility.
Yeah, that's really gonna make people turn it in. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, by the masses.
Listen, for
Yeah,
last,
the only one I kept was PS3 because of the back compat issues. But I wouldn't keep if you buy a new generation and it plays everything. Why would you keep the old system?
Yeah, I mean that's me though. Let me make that clear.
Let me make one thing clear.
Mm-hmm.
Last generation, right? Last gen, the first console that I bought was the 360. That was the first console that I bought. It was cheaper than the PS3, and it had better games at the start.
Yeah.
You had Perfect Dark Zero, you had Call of Duty, you had Gears, and you had Banjo-Kazooie. You had a couple of good games that came out with a 360 at that time. For the PlayStation 3, I actually waited till they had the 40 gigabyte console version because it was more or less cheaper than the 60 gig and the 80 gig.
I give them to family. I don't trade them in. I just get what I do is I'll keep it right for maybe a couple months into buying the next gen. So like with PS4 Pro, I'll probably buy PS5. I'm assuming all the games work. No problem with back compat. There's no one game that I can't play. Right. So let's assume it's fully back compat. I'd probably enjoy my PS5 for maybe a month or two, and then when I speak to family members, I say, "Do you want a Pro?" I won't even sell it to them. I just give it to them for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be prepared.
I turned my PS3 into a little entertainment system. I just downloaded movies on it. I didn't game all the shit.
I gave away the only thing I regret giving away is my Dreamcast. I gave my Dreamcast and all my collection of Dreamcast games. I gave it away to a cousin, and that cousin just didn't respect it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just people need to be ready to pay for the quality.
That's one of the reasons why I never got rid of my PS1, my PS2, or PS3. I still have all my 3-gen consoles, including all 3-gen consoles for the Xbox brand family as well.
Yeah.
For me, if I know if I cannot afford it, I'm not gonna waste my time into investing into it. But if I know I can do it, then I'll put a little bit of an investment and time to it. I'll just, buy the console and just build my library little by little. I'll scrounger up whatever I can, but I'm not just going to go crazy on first initial launch date. Oh, I'm going to put $600 and then, be in the rut where I can't afford a game. No, I'll wait for a little while. Get the console at a sales price where I can afford it, and then buy with 1 or 2 games, and then build my library as I go forward.
I don't want to sound stuck up. I don't want to sound like I'm a stuck up type of person, but I feel like if you can't afford to buy into gaming, you shouldn't be gaming because it's not a poor man's hobby.
No, it isn't. It isn't.
So when I hear people say that, unless you're a kid, or your income's low. Right, meaning that you got family and wife to support, and your money's low, but you love gaming, but your money's low. Like say hardship. Then, unless you're a kid who doesn't have a job, or you're in hardship, but you're a gamer, there's no excuse not to buy a platform day one. That means you're not a gamer. Then you're just a casual who enjoys playing video games, but you're not really a gamer. Because a real gamer, someone who's really a gamer, they want that shit on the same day it fucking launches.
Facts.
And they'll find the money like a crackhead finds money.
God damn.
No, people on drugs can find money for their habit. And they don't even live nowhere. They live under cardboard in an alley. So how the fuck can you call yourself a gamer and you can't find money for a console?
I'm just scared. I don't want to see nobody out there sucking no dick for no console.
No. You misunderstood. No, you misunderstood. Crackheads find money for crack, right? Rain, sleet, nor snow. They do it in rags. They do it. They look like they were the Hulk You know when when the Hulk change. You know when Bruce David Banner turns into the Hulk, right? And then he goes back to a normal self. All his clothes are ripped and to shreds, right? These crackheads, they still find the money for their crack. But if you're a real gamer and you love gaming and you claim to be a gamer and you're out here on Twitter, like one of the Twitter kids saying how much of a gamer you are, but then your next tweet is you have to save up. I'm like, get out of here. Someone should close your Twitter account.
Shit, he don't wear extra with that one. Shout out to Bryson Tatum, the $5 super chat. My bad, I saw this. I forgot to get to him. Appreciate it, brother. He said, if it's more powerful than a cell phone, why should it be cheaper?
Yeah, but see, that's a false equivalency, isn't it? You can't compare it to a cell phone. A cell phone you take everywhere. You use it all day, every day. Right? You don't have to buy $60 fucking apps for it every time you fucking done with, the software, right? It doesn't have the same kind of fucking, it's not even the same kind of business model. And a lot of these phones are made in China and subsidized anyway. I mean, if you get an iPhone, the latest iPhone, right? The most you'll have to pay, right? The most you have to pay is a tiny fraction of the cost with a contract. And then you get that phone. If you pay $50 or something, you get the very latest iPhone, right? And that's it, because the phones are subsidized by the fucking networks. Consoles don't have that kind of privilege.
What?
I mean, for my experiences,
fucking
that's
big
how
money
always
fucked up my whole train of thinking.
Nah, from my experience, especially on the PS2 era.
That was just random as shit.
From my experience,
it's getting messy, in it.
From my experiences as how when I started working at 17, my mother taught me the value of how to get things when you can, not when you don't have it. That's one of the best. That's one of the things that I've always instilled in myself, and that's why I really didn't push myself to buy the PS4 right away, because I knew there was going to be a lack of games at initial launch. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait it out, and it's going to be the same thing for the PS5. If I see 3 or 4 games that are worth getting at launch, then I'll do a cut.
But the question is, the question is, right, if that system launched on day one with games that you want to play, would you be able to afford it?
Yeah, I would.
That's the question, not whether the games are there or not. The point is, if you wanted it on that day, and obviously if the games are there that you want to play, then that's a reason to want it on that day of launch, isn't it? The point is, you can afford it, Carlos, but you got people on Twitter acting like some big shot gamers, but they're saving up.
Yep.
They're saving up. They talk big, that they got this big massive PC and they got that. They talk so big, like their house is a treasure trove of technology. But then they slip up. Then they slip up and say they're putting money down now. I thought you was a big shot. Though. You're a big shot, right? Just pre-order it as soon as they become available and pay it in full, because you're a big shot. I seen your tweets.
Yeah.
It had to be a big shot, dude. Yeah, that is.
People got all mouth, no action. That's why on Twitter you can be any fucking body, any persona. You can create any character on Twitter, and there'll be an idiot that believes you. You'll find you might not be able to fool everyone, but at least one village idiot will be your disciple.
Or you could become a corporate for hire free salesman who whoop buffs for everything that is
man
alone. Related.
That man alone.
Twitter's got psychology to it, It's about finding. You know what? This is not my thinking. This is their thinking, but this is how they think. I need to find people who are more stupider than I am, and have them rally to my cause and like my tweets and retweet me. Because intelligent people will see their tweet and it's a mute all day. Mute like you're deaf and dumb.
Hey, do you guys prefer physical or digital?
Physical, bro.
Physical, bro.
Physical.
Yeah, we all prefer physical.
If you can't touch her, there ain't no point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's illegal shit.
But you know what? I've been a hypocrite for the last couple of months on that. I do prefer physical, but man,
You've been buying
lately I've
mostly
been
digital.
Mhm.
The deals are
like,
I
getting
like
you.
it.
real.
You
Get
know,
you with the Nexus?
I actually enjoy getting up to change the disc or the cartridge or whatever it is I have to. I enjoy doing it. I don't know why people say it's convenient to just, you know, put on 150,000 fucking calories a day, lying in bed, you know, just with your digital collection. I enjoy getting up because at the end of the day, everything's becoming so automated that we're being dumbed down. People don't even realize people are not as intelligent as they were 10 years ago. Smartphone, what did Ice-T say? Phones getting smarter, people getting dumber.
Oh God.
Well, that's the way society works now, man. They want you to be docile like that, man. So they can
Yeah,
make
that's why that's why you should fight it sometimes. Sometimes you should go out of your way. You should go out of your way sometimes. Instead of just saying, oh, life is so easy. Just press this button. Oh, look at my stomach graying. I can no longer see my penis.
Oh God. You just said penis.
I don't want to make it seem like everybody out there that pushes buttons grows a belly, but
No,
I
but
think
that's what. But in the end, that's what it'll lead to. Look at evolution. If all you're doing is tweeting all day and SMS messages, your head's gonna get smaller and your thumbs are gonna get bigger in about 100,000 years.
Oh,
wait a minute. What's that cartoon? Wait a minute. What's that one cartoon where the dude he go back to the spaceship? He do junk on Earth, but he go back and everybody on the spaceship is real fat. They ain't came to Earth. Wally.
Oh,
Like,
Wally.
my
Wally.
God.
You're talking about Wally.
Like Wally, huh? 'Cause
Yeah.
that's how they do it.
Yeah.
That's how society is becoming, man. People like you can do literally everything from your house now. You can do literally everything from your phone, and that's how they want you to.
You know what's fucked up? You can get food from like the restaurants that you normally have to drive to. You can get that shit literally at home. Just have a fucking.
You mean
app.
like Uber Eats?
Yeah, Uber Eats and shit.
Yeah,
Like that's
Uber.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Crazy.
The world has become a couch potato version of itself.
Do you know people? Do you know people have gone on vacation in video games, but not in real life?
Yep.
So they've gone to a certain game and they're in New York or they're in LA or they're in a fictional LA, like say Grand Theft Auto 5, but they've never left their own fucking country. So their view of the world is so narrow that they're so easily fucking brainwashed because they've never met any other people anywhere on any other land in any other country. So no wonder you got these people that are so easy to twist and throw the whole immigrant thing at them and they rally behind you because they've never left their fucking town. Everyone they've ever met has looked like them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They've never left their town. They've never gone abroad.
Hey,
I think people need to go on vacation more, not just to stay in the resort. Don't go to the resort in sandals in Jamaica and never leave there. That's not going Jamaica. You got to go out there and meet the people. Don't be afraid, man.
Slow-mo just killed me. He said my next video will
actually
be
need
the
to
changing
healthcare.
game disc 45-second workout.
What? Wait, what? What did he say?
He said my next video will be the changing game disc 45-second workout. Fucking stupid. I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Let's move on, man. Let's move on. Shit.
Yeah.
Y'all crazy
Go.
today. Show fire. What was it? PlayStation 4 officially has sold over 100+ million units. I think they were at what, 102?
Yep. They
Almost
overpassed
103.
PS4.
Oh, almost 103 million, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was 102.8. So I reckon they've sold 200,000 consoles since they got those numbers.
Damn.
Everything's rolling.
I just hope it don't get to 104 because I got a bet going on. God damn it! I just don't want it to get to 104.
Well, I said before the PS5 comes out, it's going to sell 125 million. Who's remember me saying that?
We all backed up.
By the end of the
That's
generation,
right?
before the end of the
That's
generation,
speculation, right?
well, it hasn't happened, so it's got to be speculation. So at the end of the day, before the end of this generation, which means for me, the end is when PS5 launches. That's the end of the gen for me. I don't know how other people see it, but the day PS5 launches, that's when PS4's gen has finished.
You think it'll sell 15 million units?
125 million by the time PS5 has hit retail.
I mean,
That's-
look at the PS2. The PS2 went on to even still be like it sold what until 2011 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Right
who's
around
He
there.
said until the PS5 comes out. So he's giving it about a year. That's about a year. So that's
Yeah, they're gonna do. I reckon they're gonna have price cards. They're gonna have price cards
or a
Black
final
Friday,
slim because they always do that.
Black Friday's gonna move about 5 or 6 million PS4s alone. I'm telling you that now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna move. Yeah, that price that people are
But
saying.
y'all forgetting that last. Usually they come out with a super slim model of the PS4 or a PlayStation product. So I'm thinking it's probably going to go for PS4.
I don't think so. Maybe.
I mean, I've got it at 112, 113.
Yeah, me too.
It's not that.
About 110.
Well,
Sony
Sony think they're going to sell 113 million, and this is a downgraded forecast. Sony have come out with a revised forecast, which is downgraded. They say that by March 2020, they expect to sell 113. So for me to say 125 isn't that far-fetched, because March, 113. See, yeah, so they only have to sell another 12 million by November.
That's true.
And they can do that. They can do that if the price is right. They throw a ton load of games with it, say 3 games, because Xbox did it, and they had a huge spike in Xbox One's time a couple years ago. They gave like 5, damn near 10 games away. And that thing was, it won its first MPD or second MPD when they did that. Hasn't won one since, hasn't won another since, but it worked at the time. All Sony has to do is that. Yeah, here. It's this price now. It's cheaper now. $199. $199. The PS4 is going to be $199. I'd say 6 months to a year into PS5's life cycle. It'll be dropped to $200.
Also, remember, people will keep buying a PS4 even after the PS5 launches.
Yeah, they will. Some people will.
Yeah. So that will add up eventually.
No, but I'm saying it to the day the PS5 launches, because otherwise it's an endless number, isn't it? Look at PS2. It sold for 16. It's still selling. People are still buying PS2s.
Yeah.
Well, Sony's not keeping official track of it though, but they are still selling.
But you got countries where they're selling them like they're new, because economically they're not as advanced as say America or Europe. So PS2 is going to be like a cheap console out there. Then the PS3 will be more expensive, and they might not even be able to get a PS4. It might be for rich people only.
Yeah.
Man, this shit. Oh my god. So now look at this game file. I want to get back on this game so bad right now. It's so good.
Yeah.
But there was another thing Hideo Kojima stated. He said that he was interested in a VR title, but he doesn't have enough free time. Do y'all think Death Stranding might get a VR update? Future?
Maybe later on. Maybe
a couple of years.
I don't think they should do that.
Well, there's another. He's to stay on the VR topic. Here's another thing that was going around. This is a rumor, though. London studio was working on a Horizon PlayStation VR title.
That would be different. I'll buy it.
I think
Anything with Aloy, I'm buying.
Why aren't they just doing? You know what? I don't like this trying to shoehorn established. It smells of fucking. This is the only way we can make money.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you do original fucking content for the PlayStation VR, man? Does it have to be based on Horizon Zero Dawn? Does it have to be based on fucking games that don't really fit VR? Why put Death Stranding on VR? Why bother with all that?
Yeah.
I can understand Gran Turismo because you're in the cockpit, right? That's perfect for VR. But some games VR should have its own games.
Yeah. Something
okay,
more.
Look, if you can have a VR for like what's called Horizon Zero Dawn, but instead of playing as Aloy, you're playing as one of the machines and you're viewing the world. That would be epic.
Yeah, but that's more like, that's such a niche.
But
I mean, who
but
wants to
VR
play?
in general.
How many people
VR
want to
in
play?
general. Yeah, go ahead.
How many people want to play as a machine rather than Aloy? Think about it.
Well, I would play as a machine in VR and look at Halo.
Hit the one button. You like to play?
He gonna flip it. The way he flipped it was
That's
perfect.
one of the
I just want to say,
Horizon Zero Dawn.
The way this man
it's
just
VR
flipped
in
it.
general.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing?
And then, you know what? To tell you the truth, you can find a reason for every game to add VR to it, like you said with the robot. But it doesn't. Every game doesn't need it. I think I'm gonna say.
They should stick to stuff like Concrete Genie, Astrobot. Do games that work. Do games that are real games, not experiences based on real games.
But
Because
even
being
wait a second.
a machine and having a look at the world and looking at Aloy, that's more of an experience than a fucking game.
Concrete Genie VR was horrible because
People said they loved it.
Yeah, but it was actually lackluster. It was just a bit of an add-on. But Astrobot,
you're the first person.
Get totally
You're the first
totally behind.
You're the first person I'm hearing that from. Everybody I know that's played it in VR loves it.
One thing I do tell about VR, man, like I said before, I hope everybody's stomach is ready for VR. Because VR is not no fucking joke.
Yeah, and Kojima has said when he was shown Sony's tech that he was interested in something in VR. I mean, he said that. He said maybe not now, but maybe now.
Yeah, he hasn't ruled it out. It's something that's like on the thought process. Shout out to Dawn. Says she's going to sleep. We'll see you Gamer Cup.
Have a good night, Miss.
We love you, Dawn. See you
Ice
next
Queen
week.
Gaming.
Take it easy, Don. Have a good evening.
Have a good one.
Like some games don't fit VR. Imagine I love the 3. Imagine being Geralt and doing it in first person with all that moving around really quickly and swords. You just get dizzy, man. Some games aren't suitable.
Would it help to do a Sea of Thieves?
I don't know. Nothing would help Sea of Thieves. Straight up, play that game.
Hey, what are you trying to do, man? What are you trying to do? You trying to incite a ride in here, man?
No, I'm just saying that'd be cool. You get shot out of a cannon in VR.
Hell no! I ain't doing no damn fetch quest. I'm not doing no fetch quest with no chickens in that game, man.
I have no heart.
No,
I have no heart.
You can do that. You can already do that in that game when you get into the cannon.
Nah, but I don't want to do it virtually with a headset on. No, that is very boring.
You don't want to do that, man. You don't want to look for no.
Man, we not going to go no coop or no nothing like that sort and just say it's the best game. No. That. Let it stay the way it is.
I mean, we're getting what was it? Iron Man, right? Iron Man VR. So they haven't rolled out any Avengers games for VR. Yeah.
You know, when it comes to VR, the games for PS5, not this PlayStation VR, because I think this is like VR in its infancy. This is why I didn't buy PlayStation VR. So I think the technology's still a bit too young. I'm waiting for it to mature a bit. Do you know what I mean? So let's assume PS5's VR 2.0 is the real deal, like the way VR was intended to be, and less of the motion business, the sickness and stuff. Let's imagine that. I'd go for games that are like sci-fi, because I wouldn't mind being in a cockpit of a spacecraft and being able to look left and right. Instead like because it's these space games. Like these space simulators, there's a lot of controls to them, isn't there?
Yep.
So if you could take a lot of those controls away and have them more like you could, like a Minority Report, where they're doing these, they're touching thin air and moving papers and information around. It's like electronic. It's like an electronic table with notes and all that stuff on it. If you could do that in VR, like just move your finger, and you can change things in your, like in the cockpit, like turbo, boost, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Pulsar, change it that way. Instead of using the controller, you just press things like you're actually in the cockpit. Like, and the finger point, because they say that the VR, they've got some patent that it can track your fingers right down to your fingertips.
Yeah, that's what there's a patent for that.
So I'd love to be in a game like Elite Dangerous. And instead of me having to faff around with the controller, I'm doing everything with my fingers, flying the plane. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm really there. It's like I'm really in that craft. That's how I want it.
Well, yeah,
That's how I want it.
So you want more of a touch of field perception, touch of field.
I want augmented reality mixed with VR, where you're touching it with your hand.
Well, we're too far. We're a couple of years.
No.
I mean, they can adjust what haptic trigger feedback.
No. Sony did augmented reality with that pet game, iPet. That's old technology, bro. Old. That's older than PS3 technology.
The technology is here. Like, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
You know, Uma. I don't know if anyone remembers iPet. But iPet is a thing like these little monkeys, and you can play with them like poke them. You know, because you're pushing towards the camera, really, but on screen it looks like you're interacting with them. So, like, they could do that with VR. That wouldn't be difficult. That technology, I mean, you could buy iToy cheap. When that came out, it was cheap to buy. I think it was cheaper than a game. It was cheaper to buy the camera. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say that technology is here. The biggest thing they have a problem with is the motion sickness thing. That's the only thing they have a problem with.
Yeah.
Once they fix that, it'll be on par. But that technology, it's here. I don't, Carlos, I don't know. I forgot the name of this company, but this company, exactly what he said, they're doing it without no problem. Like I said, the only difference is everybody's having a problem with is the motion sickness. People really do not realize how bad that shit is. I've always said, man, when I first put that shit on, I thought I had the strongest stomach in the world. And it always felt like I got the Ebola virus when I put that motherfucker on. It's that strong.
Well, again, your brain actually does perceive what's in front of it. It is going to produce
either that or big money.
What you're supposed to do is tap your foot. You're supposed to tap your foot every 7 to 10 seconds, and that resets your brain. And but motion sickness is a real deal. It'll help with the new one that's supposed to be processed faster. That will help some people. But overall, yeah, it's like people will put on 3D glasses and they'll be sick. You know, that's just the way your brain perceives things. It thinks it's real, but if you tap your foot,
how many of you have a VR?
I do.
How many of you have VR?
Came out.
Well, you got rid of it?
Yeah, I got rid of that shit.
Oh, wow.
I cannot take that shit. That shit is. Ryan, you put that shit. Your head get to sweating.
That's
like
true.
You be hot and cold at the same time, bro. Like the shit is crazy.
Yeah,
don't take
you have
it
to
away.
reset your brain. Yeah.
What games were y'all testing on? I mean, shit.
Well, I play Eve Valkyrie on there, and if you don't reset your brain, you will perceive what's happening in front of you as real. You'll start to produce.
There's so many remedies out there for that. It's so many remedies. Somebody told me to take. Lincoln Clay told me so many remedies, but I've tried everything. My stomach just can't take it, man. I swear, I just feel like something else is wrong with me, bro. Like I just can't do it.
So
and a lot of
sickness is like at an all-time high.
Some people just can't handle VR in general.
Damn.
Yeah, I've tried VR as well, and it gave me.
Is motion sickness tied to the frame rate?
Possibly.
Also,
yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
No, medically that's true. Medically, that's true. They're
going to be 120. Well, PlayStation VR 2.0 is 120 frames,
and that will help
per second.
Yeah, that's going to help a lot of people.
And they can double that to 240. Yeah, if they do the same, if they implement the same thing they did with the standard PlayStation VR, because that's 60 reprojected. That's 60 reprojected. Did you know that?
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah, it's 60. It's 60, and they reproject it to 120. So it's fooling your eyes into thinking it's a higher frame rate than it is, but really, it's some of them are not even 60. Some of them are 45 frames per second, reprojected to 90 frames per second. Did you know that?
Yeah.
So they could do that with PlayStation 5's VR. If it's natively 120 frames per second, they could reproject it to 240. Why? If they could do it with the PS4, why can't they do it with the PS5?
Good point.
At 240 frames per second, I don't know what you're gonna have. I don't know. It's gonna be too smooth, like for your brain to notice that, there's a lot of blur and judder going on.
Yeah, good point. Let's see here. Got a few more topics. I'm gonna shift this to Xbox a little bit. The Outer Worlds. Did anybody try it out?
Yeah,
I have it on.
Looks better on PlayStation.
Okay. Well,
It
it
looks
looks
better on
report saying that
PC.
Game Pass actually boosts the PS4 sales because it sold more on PS4 Pro and PS4 than.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that.
Which was interesting.
I mean, it's pretty interesting because the concept of the game, is actually good. It's not a bad game. Like the color vibrancy of it, it's ridiculous, especially on PC. It's beautiful. The game mechanics, it feels sort of like Fallout in the sense where your sense of direction in your heading and how you hold the weapons as well is similar to Fallout. A lot of things from Fallout are being incorporated into this game.
My word is going to go. What?
Yeah, it's fun. It's just like Fallout New Vegas. If you like New Vegas, you'll like same company, but the models look like New Vegas. They behave like New Vegas. So
you know the mad thing. I could play that right now. I could have played it when it launched because I've still got Game Pass. Like Microsoft gave me Game Pass for like 3 months, so mine runs out in December the 10th. But I don't even want to play it on the PC. I don't want to play on PS4. I want to play that. That's the type of game I want to play portably. So I'm waiting till next year, and I'll buy that on the Switch. I know it's going to be the lesser version. But I don't care. The value of playing in portable is more important to me.
It was coming to Switch.
So my problem with
it's coming to Switch. I think it's January or February. It's coming to Switch.
Oh, okay.
My problem with the Outer World is this: I am someone who is predominantly PS guy, and I don't have a gaming PC. What I have is a laptop that can run games normally. So I'm used to linking my PS4 controller to my laptop. And for some odd reason, even when indie games on Game Pass are allowing me to use my PS4 controller, the Outer World did not allow me to use my controller whatsoever. No matter what I did, no matter how many times I tried. So at the end, I was not able to even attempt to try the Outer World because of this ridiculous thing.
But you can download software to override that.
I have it. DualShock for DX or something. I have it. I've been using it. That's why it's so fucking weird. Despite me using that software, I still was not able to.
So you can't use your DualShock. You can't use your DualShock controller.
On what PC?
On my laptop.
You can use it on your laptop. You have to connect.
Microsoft own Obsidian, so that's probably why.
It could be no joke. It could be because that's the weird part. You have Game Pass, and on every game I run with Game Pass, I just can simply use my DualShock PS4 controller, no problem. Like indie games. Can you imagine that indie game running my controller, no problem whatsoever? But Obsidian, Outer World, and almost AAA title, nope, we can't have you do that.
Okay. Yeah, to fix your problem, to connect your DualShock 4 to your laptop, you got to turn the Bluetooth on your laptop.
It is connected to my laptop. I have it with a USB cable. But that's the thing. No matter what I do, it's linked, but also I tried it with my indie game, which is on Game Pass, and they all did it, no problem. So it is legit an Obsidian an Outer World problem.
Wow. Maybe Ryan can help you out with your unique.
Who knows? I will ask him later then about it.
Yeah, there's a software you can download. It's called Windows DualShock 4.
One thing I have it. One thing I will talk about the Outer World which is, have you all seen how the Xbox version is lacking in grass, is losing frame rate?
I
It's
played it. It looks terrible, man. To tell you the truth,
Oh,
And
well,
that's the Xbox One X versus the basic PS4 version. If you go on any comparison video, not from Digital Foundry, these are frauds. No wonder they didn't touch upon this game, because the PlayStation version is destroying the Xbox and Xbox One X version.
Really?
And that's the basic PS4. Yeah, you can go if you want. Ryan,
believe
you can
you.
go to any comparison video.
Yeah, Candyland and
I believe you. Yeah, well, I know that the Call of Duty game runs a lot better on the world's most powerful console.
Even not Counter Strike. What's called?
Do you know why that is, though? Do you know why that is? Do you know why the Xbox One X versions are running poorly? Because Microsoft's stupid policy in insisting everything has to be as high as 4K as possible.
But the ethical said uncompromised. Clearly a lie.
Yeah, but Microsoft have a policy. You have to get it has to be more resolution than any of the other platforms. So they tell the developer to go as high to 4K as possible, regardless of it affecting frame rate. It's just a policy that Microsoft has, and Digital Foundry exposed them. It was Digital Foundry that said Microsoft have this ridiculous policy where all the developers are, they're told to push games as high, as close to 4K as you can possibly get, because that's the premise they sold the system on, 4K.
But they promised that uncompromised, though.
Yeah, because everything is a compromise, bro. In order to achieve something, you have to cut corners, right? Because that's how companies
and clearly they
do their
cut
things.
corner with the grass. And also the frame rate is dipping, huh? The frame rate is dipping worse than the PlayStation Pro. Can you imagine, like, a $500 console, and they can't even get it right?
No, but it's not the console, though. It's not, because obviously Xbox One X is far more powerful than Pro, so it should run better. The problem is Microsoft are enforcing the 4K mantra with the developers and publishers. They're enforcing it. Digital Foundry said that it should have Pro options, like you could have, because a lot of Xbox One X games are missing the same options as Pro. Like Pro can have a performance mode. Pro can have a graphics mode. Yeah, so does Xbox One X. Xbox One X has that too. Xbox One X, what is that? Xbox One X. Shoot that fucking dog.
Oh. You can't like.
Yo, somebody clip that.
I'll clip that later.
Somebody clip that. I'm gonna have that as a damn ticker for the podcast. That shit gonna say somebody just subscribe. Turn that shit up.
Everything I heard it all.
Peter, we mean all good things to animals. We're not savages.
Well, listen, I love dogs, so I'm kidding. But here's the thing. I love dogs.
Oh god.
Here's the thing, though, right? So I lost my train of thought. Here's the thing. If Microsoft weren't so bullish to ensure that its versions of games have a higher resolution than its nearest competitor, which is obviously Sony's PlayStation 4 Pro, if they didn't have that silly, policy, then the games wouldn't have that problem. But sadly, Xbox is all about resolution more than performance.
And you know what's the funny part, though, Foxy? If they would to keep it to that performance basis, the games would actually be on par with the Pro in terms of graphic fidelity and performance. It wouldn't be that much of an emphasis for 4K, because
because it's a CPU in it.
Yeah, and you can't polish I mean, you could try to polish a knob as much as you want, but it's not going to shine.
Look. Xbox One X has a more powerful GPU, more compute units, faster, everything. But the problem with it is it has roughly the same kind of CPU as the Pro. So you're asking the CPU to compensate for the extra graphics advantage, and it can't do that. That's why the frame rate suffers.
Okay, do you think this problem is going to happen with next gen?
No, it won't.
Nah, next gen is going to be more equal in power to.
And I just broke on this podcast what CPU they were going to have. I went full Jack Reacher. So, so there you go. So they got the 4th gen Vesmir.
Almost like you out, Craig, all these nicknames you keep giving them.
Yeah, is it Vesmir? Yeah, it's almost got the same name from that guy from Witcher. So that's the type. It's got the 4 point something. It's going to be 9 point something. It's going to be better than a Threadripper. So anything that can get them to keep saying that it's going to be better than the PS5. So
yeah, I mean on speech terms, but
I have this in my notes. I'm a little confused by this particular story, but did Sony backtrack on the world's fastest console? Was that like something that they backtracked on? Did they actually say?
How did they? If they did backtrack, I must have missed it.
Yeah, I was like, people were saying they backtracked on it, and I wrote it down. I did not.
Why is this a question? What happened? Because I don't know. I never.
Thought everybody knew. Thought everybody knew this. Heard about this.
Yeah, what's backtracking? That they removed the ad. Is that backtracking?
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. Then probably something with the ad they talked about.
What? Because they removed the ad because it was poorly worded.
Probably.
Sometimes they get that stuff mixed up with the translation.
Yeah,
there's people just love to create. You know what? I think people live on different planets. They might be on Earth, but they're definitely on different planets at the same time.
Some are on Pluto, Mars, Jupiter.
Yeah. They're not grounded where we are. They might share this space with us, but they're not grounded where we are. Because I'll tell you why. It's funny how people can create this whole fucking conspiracy out of very little or no information. Sony's removed the ad because it created. It gave too much attention where they didn't want it. It was just meant to be an advertisement, right, for a programmer to come and join the fray. It wasn't meant to whip up this storm of, this is going to be better than this and that. They didn't want all that because they're not ready. They're not ready to reveal. So what they probably did is remove the ad and then reinstate a new one without that wording. But doesn't mean it's not true. It doesn't mean it's backtracking. It just means that because people think that Sony themselves, like the people who make all the decisions, put that ad out. No, a very specific department with very specific employees within that department made that decision. The manager of that department made that decision to use that wording, and he probably didn't run it by Sony. And then when it caused this controversy or the hit headlines, so the bigwigs must have said, "Who the hell gave you permission to use that wording?" And we haven't even revealed the console yet. Doesn't they want it to have another shock E3 announcement where it comes out cheaper and more powerful or more faster? But now that's cat's out the bag now, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think in terms of generational leap, it is a faster going to be one of the fastest PlayStation consoles. That's where I'm getting the whole emphasis of the fastest console for them. In that iteration, I'm not basing it upon it being faster than the new Scarlet or anything. I'm basing it on the generational from PS1 to PS2, PS3, PS4, and now the PS5. That's all I'm basing that speed on. I never once thought about, it's going to be faster than the Xbox Scarlet, because from what we've been talking and discussing for the past a year and a half now, it's really not that much of a great emphasis. It doesn't matter if it performs to 200 gigahertz more. It's not going to matter that much.
People worry about bullshit. Just worry about how fucking great these games are going to be.
Yeah,
stop worrying
that's all I'm worrying
about. Stop worrying about Sony's financials. Stop worrying
people are simply moist.
People
moist.
People like
because they have nothing else to focus on. Just
Lord.
speculation.
Do you know what? People love to lose sleep over Sony's financials, Sony's shares, shares, Sony's stock exchange.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Sony going bankrupt.
Hey, you know what?
Every single
it is one thing.
Shout out to Gaming with Persona. Welcome to the chat, my brother.
Welcome.
It is one thing that I've always been concerned about with all of these consoles. I was concerned about the memory in it because I'm wondering because how big these games getting. Like this is the first time I believe in a generation we've seen 100 gig racing game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we seen that before then. And that's the only thing I'm concerned about because I'm like, when I go get my PS5,
do you mean storage? Do you mean storage, not memory? Storage. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like, do I have to go get me
external
an external card and I go get my PS5? That's what I'm worried about because, like, how big? How
start saving.
Look, I think I'm gonna have to do that. I think I'm gonna have to do that, man. Because I can't see Sony put 3 or 4. I don't see them put because the price will dramatically go up. So
but you got a PS4 though, right?
I'm talking about the PS5. When the
yeah,
PS5
but you own a PS4 though now, don't you?
Yeah.
Did you not buy a bigger hard drive for it?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. All right, because I've got a 2 terabyte hard drive and the 1 terabyte that I changed in it. So basically, no, the 1 terabyte that came with the Pro rather. So I got 3 terabytes. I got 3 terabytes. So all I'm gonna do when PS5 comes out, I'm just gonna use my 2 terabyte hard drive that I'm already using, and just plug it into PS5 because a lot of people would have bought external drives.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But here's the thing that you forgot to realize, Foxy. You're gonna be all those games coming from the PS5s are gonna run slower on it because you're using a hard disk drive instead of the SSD.
No. I don't speak unless I've educated myself. So I haven't forgotten anything. What? This is what's gonna happen. It has an SSD drive, right? We know that, don't we? Obviously, SSD drive. So that's going to hold a portion of the game to allow games to load extremely quickly. All the mechanical drive is going to do is just store those games, and you can swap out what you want in the SSD when you want because it's embedded on the motherboard. So basically, let's say they only give you a 500 gig to 1 terabyte SSD, right? But obviously, you can't fit all your games on there so you can have them all loading fast. So you're going to have to choose 1 or 2 or 3 games at a time. Mechanical drive will be that just for storage, literally just for storage. You shouldn't be playing games off them because when you're ready to play the next game, you're going to install, it's going to part install onto the mechanical drive and part install onto the SSD and they'll work together. So it won't be slower.
So it's more of a boot off on process. Just
it's
like
hybrid. It's a hybrid system where the SSD supports the slower mechanical drive, but it's still they're both going to be working in tandem together. So you are not going to be able to use one without the other. The system's going to be built that you have to use the SSD to work because these games aren't going to run. Like if Sony's going to have these games running super fast, like they showed with the Spider-Man. They're going to have to force you to use an SSD because they can't give you the option of using slower mechanical hard drives because the game won't run.
Yeah. All right, so
the game will not run.
Then. That is a very good process because it's just the same way as how you would install the operating system on SSD just to boot up the programs. It'll work in conjunction just the same way with the PS5 then.
You have to. You will not be able to play bona fide PS5 exclusives, right? With all the super fast map traversal, like they showed in Spider-Man, where you could, or maybe the next Grand Theft Auto, you're flying a plane at proper speeds this time, not no artificial speed, because it's not really that. It's not fast. Even the jet fighter in Grand Theft Auto 5, when you're going over, it's not fast. It feels fast when you go near. It only feels fast when you go near mountains because you're close to something. But when you're just hovering over things, it looks slow.
Yeah, it does. I mean, that's a good feature in itself. So next gen is looking Next gen to me is just going to be more based on the developers. I'm not really basing it no more on schematics or what they're going to be
Apparently
utilizing.
we're dealing with media bias. That's another story.
No, I promise you, any game specifically made for PS5 with those kind of SSD enhancements built in, there's no way you're going to be able to play them without the SSD.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's just no. They just won't run. It will crash. You'll start the game, and it'll be looking for those fast speeds. But all this getting into this mechanical clickety clack, fucking hard drive, and the game will just freeze. They've shown you on Digital Foundry that even Star Citizen can't run on mechanical hard drives.
Yeah, because this is the process. The process is just too great for it to.
Yeah,
to
it's made for SSD. So you can't.
Man. Star Citizen even coming out, man? What's up with that game, man? God,
it's still in alpha.
Everything's in a damn alpha. Just give me the damn game.
Listen, that game may never come out. You know what? That game may never come out. You know, it may never finish. That could be an ongoing thing forever and ever. Seriously.
Yeah.
I can see that going on and on and on like Star Trek episodes.
I mean, shit, we said the same thing about, what was it, Deep Down, until we all just realized that shit probably just a tech demo. Everybody thought it was legit coming.
They still collecting money for this game, man.
Yeah. Sad.
I think I think it will be somewhat of a complete game at some stage, but it's never going to be finished, though.
Yeah.
Because they're always adding shit. I can see the people behind it don't want to finish it. The people behind it don't want to finish it.
Yeah.
Which game?
They got taken to court. Yeah, they got taken to court, and they basically were given till March to come up with some type of date, or else they're going to start looking into them to Congress is going to actually start looking into them.
Man, about fucking time, man, because this shit is ridiculous, man.
Which game? Which game?
Ridiculous.
Deep Down.
Well, Star Citizen.
And Star Citizen.
Star Citizen.
Well, just if you just want to do the Paladin and space stuff, that is available. I think it's like Squad 42. It's a weird name, but the actual physical game, no, they're still working on it.
It's still on beta form, bro. Regardless, like that game has been what? How many years has it been?
It's been at least 4 years.
8 years.
But the game is phenomenal.
I mean, it's about time to do something.
Yeah, but they're right. You need 16 gigabytes of something called RAM, and it does say an SSD. But it says it on its page. Like, it will test your computer. Say, no, you need this, this, and this. So,
when it's all said done with, y'all, they gonna get away with that shit. They gonna get away with all the fucking money.
Lobo.
Get away.
Lobo. Is Lobo there?
Of course, they always get away with it.
Where's Lobo? Welcome to Lobo.
He's still here. He stepped away.
Yeah, I'm still.
Oh, there.
Yeah,
Lobo, I want to apologize to you. I might have sounded a bit terse when I said what when I said I do my research and all that shit. I didn't mean to sound.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I was just gonna add some stuff. You're fine.
Lobo reads books, fool. He ain't worried about it.
Hey, Big Cloud, it's 7. I do have to go, but I appreciate you having me on, bro.
Hey, Craig.
It's our pleasure, Craig. Good show, man. Appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, Jack. The new season of Jack Ryan is on Amazon. So
let's power through these last 3 topics. Let's end the show. Yeah, sound good? These are easy, pretty much. These are the easy ones. So I don't know if y'all heard, but Sony trademarked the PlayStation 6, 7, 8, 9, and even the 10.
Wait, what?
They trademarked the PlayStation 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Basically, to make a long story short, they're future-proofing themselves, just in case they ever need the names for the consoles. But we don't know what's really going to happen with PlayStation in general. Obviously, the hardware is going to exist in some way, shape, or form. But I said this even in my video. We don't even know how streaming is going to affect these consoles. So, obviously, it's going to be... It's going to exist. The hardware is going to exist in some kind of capacity in some way. Shape. So
I think they also bought up the trademarks because there's nothing stopping me from buying PlayStation 7 trademark and then extorting Sony later on down the line when they're ready to release a PlayStation 7, say, well, if you want the name, you have to give me $1 million.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I wouldn't ask for dollars. I'd ask for sterling because I'm not going to rip myself off. But you know what I mean?
Of course. So, anybody else have anything about that? The whole trademarks? No.
No,
It's just fortifying the future, bro. That's
That's
all
it.
that is.
Okay. All right. Good point. This is a good one. This is a good one right here. Microsoft revived the Xbox All Access program, and they're now including a next gen upgrade option. They're going to be doing this in the holiday of 2020.
So it's basically like a trade-in program or something?
Yeah, the upgrade to Scarlet program will be
financing, man. It's financing. It's credit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think they did. Didn't they do that with the One X?
Yeah.
Did they? I forgot, Jay.
Yeah.
I don't agree. Listen, if you don't get it on credit, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
this was the thing with the credit card. I forgot about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
remember that they did it with they had Dell dealing with the whole.
thing. I do remember this. Yeah. And like
they're gonna credit
Xbox.
check you if you're late on payments. It's gonna go in your credit report.
Yeah,
this could screw you up. This could screw you up if you can't keep up the payments.
Yeah, that's
and I assume you're already in a bad way financially if you have to take that option.
Yeah.
Because why on earth, if you can afford to buy an Xbox Scarlet outright, why would you fucking do that? Why would you take a credit check and do it like somebody who can't afford it? Because that's really for people on low income. That's not really for if you got accessible money. Like I don't understand rich people why they've got credit. I don't know why rich people have credit cards. Credit cards are for poor people. You fucking plebs.
Oh God.
It's true though. Why do rich people have credit cards? Like I can understand that black. I understand that black card, yeah, where you can buy anything, a house. That's different. Because you don't want to walk around with $1 million in cash.
Okay.
I get it. But rich people, they got credit. They got like 10, 12 different credit cards. Like, if you got all those credit cards, you're not really rich, man. You can't be rich. Why are you paying interest if you already got the money?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the. I mean, what they're doing right now with the incentive of that program is just to more than likely help some people that are building their credit to build it up just a little bit. But I wouldn't even go too much into doing that. Like I'll just outright just
get a card.
The money there. Have the money there and just like here, go to the store. Let me get my console.
Yeah.
And be on my way.
Yeah. What happened to old fashioned just saving up your money? What happened to that?
People want to spend it before they make it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, bills are getting more expensive, so you know.
Yep. Unless you have a titanium card.
Some people don't have the patience to save. Like they save for a week and then their weaknesses. They might have weaknesses where they just spend the money on some bullshit.
Oh yeah, there's that, and those are those type of issues that actually people with bad credit get themselves into more bad problems.
Yeah.
So this program, I mean, is beneficial for certain people, but it's not going to be beneficial for a lot.
Always look at credit. Like,
don't get me wrong. I got a credit card. I'm not rich, and two, I only use my credit card when I go on vacation.
Okay.
When I want to book hotels, because I get a level of protection with my credit card,
and
I never pay interest because as soon as I've fucking used the credit card, like
you send the payment right there and then.
Within hours or days, I'm back. My balance is already full. I'm back in. You know, don't owe anything. They don't make no money off me. I'm surprised they even let me have the credit card. Since I've had it, I've had the credit card 5 years, and I haven't even given them £1 in interest. Nothing, no interest.
Then you should get a titanium card then.
It's a decent card. Don't get me wrong. It's got a very good interest rate. Like it's like.
Yeah, true.
It's got 9 or 10% APR, which is really good for a credit card. But the thing is, I've never let them take any interest from me. Whenever I use the card, I put the money back almost immediately.
Yeah, sure.
It's for convenience because when I go abroad, I don't want cash on me. Well, I don't want to walk around with cash on me. When I go to a foreign country, the last thing I want to do is walk around with cash on me. That's just dumb. You don't know where you are. You know what I'm saying? Like people, nah, I'm too smart for that, man.
Yeah.
You want to hold me up with a gun? Here, take this plastic. And when you take this plastic, I'm gonna go make a phone call as soon as you leave.
So what are the topics we have on the last remaining?
So got one. I actually have two more. I thought I had one more. I have two more going on my list here. So they announced that PlayStation Plus subscriptions have reached 36.9 million for PlayStation 4. So that's one of the things.
Say that again.
36.9 PlayStation Plus subscriptions have officially been reached for Sony. So there was that. And obviously their big plan, obviously, with PlayStation 5. Now, anybody want to add anything about the whole PlayStation subscription? No? Liker?
Nah. PlayStation subscription? Which one? View?
PlayStation Plus. They have officially have over 36 million PlayStation Plus subscribers now. They just announced that.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I ain't one of them.
All right. Well, let's get into the PS5 launch strategy.
You know what? Playing for PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live. That's almost like that's if imagine that I don't pay interest on credit card, but I'm playing Sony and Microsoft, so I can play online. Does that make sense?
No,
that's like interest you're getting out of me. Nah. I don't need to do that. I don't play online to the point where I feel like I need it. I don't care about those games because any game I want to play, I go and buy that game. I don't wait for a free entitlement with a subscription model. I'm not waiting. That's like I'm not criticizing people that do that. I'm just saying for me, if I really want something, I've got it already. If I don't want it, I don't have it.
Okay. I think the reason they're doing that, man, because they know this is a multiplayer age. We're single player guys, man. We play all single player games. We're big fans of those. We grew up with those. This age is a multiplayer age, and they're taking advantage of it. That's all it is. They're taking advantage of everybody that loves multiplayer.
I heard you sold out. You bought that Call of Duty, though.
I rented it. I didn't buy it. I rented it.
I heard you bought it day one. Why are we doing this?
They lied. That's what they do, man.
I, for one, can say I bought it on the better platform, which is PC. So, ha.
The campaign, if you haven't played the campaign,
I heard it was good.
Call of Duty, it's fucking amazing. Real shit.
Oh, trust me.
That multiplayer, though?
Yeah. That multiplayer is a dub on that.
But listen, you know it's bad. You know the multiplayer is bad when a legend like Mark J, who's been dieharding for Call of Duty since Black Ops 1, makes a video and calls the game trash. It's like you reached the bottom of the barrel when Mark J even calls it trash. That's crazy.
Man, I meant to be going out to a club, but fucking I can't be bothered. My friend just WhatsApp me saying, "Where are you?" And I'm here in my pajamas.
Oh God!
You be at the club.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm just, when you just don't give a fuck. Sometimes you don't care. I'm gonna go.
All right.
Well, let's get to this last topic, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button, everybody in the chat. Hit that like button.
Hit the like button.
So Sony's official PS5 launch strategy. Now, they told their investors that for next gen, they will aim for market penetration and acceptance. That's been their main goal. They also are going to have a bunch of games that are most certainly going to be up to par to our standards when it comes to the consumer, when it comes to their first-party catalog. So that's pretty much what they're going to be focused on. Pretty much, I have no complaints here at all. This is the strategy going forward. I have no complaints here. If you're going to give us the games and you're going to focus heavily in that aspect and you're going to give us those experiences that we definitely are paying for when it comes to these next-gen systems, I don't see anybody in this chat complaining or anybody on this panel complaining. So
you ain't gonna hear much from me.
Nothing from me.
No, for me as well.
I mean, if you have a caveat or a choice to just choose a platform, then you go to the platform where it has the content. And pretty much this whole generation, the PlayStation 4 and Sony have had that emphasis on content and gameplay. You know, if you're thinking that, you know, one and dones are not up your alley, but guess what? The numbers speak for themselves. That one and done aspect has created
103 million out there that care. Trust me, 103 million out there that care.
And that's the greatest importance to being, you know, to being in a gaming aspect. You want to feel that you're gaming. You don't want to feel that you're paying for services. You don't want to feel that you're
That's why I laugh when people talk
trash about Detroit. You don't want to feel that you're being nickel-dimed for cloud streaming. Like, come on. Just focus to the basics. Focus to what helps you develop an environment where your consumers are pro-choice for you, not anti-consumer because of the tactics that you're pulling.
There you go. And, you know, this is why I laugh at people who talk trash about games like Detroit. But I'm like, listen, you might not like Detroit, but I can name over 12,000, you know what I'm saying? Or a million so who like Detroit. You know, there's so many games out here that might not cater to you, but they cater to somebody else. And that's where Sony's killing it at. They have options in this regard.
You hear about the reference they made again? They say it again that they trying to focus on more studios.
Acquisitions,
buying more studios. Now I just wonder what next studio they gonna get, because I can't see Sony just getting a regular old.
Well, one of the things I've been hearing, right, a lot of people have been talking about, and a lot of people have been speculating Kojima Productions. Let's just put that to rest. I don't think that's even going to happen. Period. I don't think Kojima ever wants to be like bought again after the shit he dealt with Konami. He's going to stay like independent. So I don't think that's going to happen.
Third party. Third party is his best venue.
It kind of is. I mean, shit, his games will do better. He will have less chance of a game flopping if it's not necessarily, you know, up to par with what he believes. So, you know,
and what a lot of people don't understand, Kojima's inception was on PC gaming in the 80s. He started the Metal Gear franchise on a PC. He didn't start it on a console. It came later on to the Nintendo console, but his roots are based in PC gaming.
Yeah. And
you can't get mad because of that. You can't. Oh, man. All right, Foxy. Take care, Foxy.
Oh, man. I'm going to say we're closing that. We're closing down now anyway.
So I got to go. I got to go. Every minute is precious. I got to leave now. So I'm going to say bye. Play games, no corporations. Sunday. See everybody Sunday. Enjoy the weather. Raining here. Bye-bye.
Later, Fox.
Be safe, my brethren. Be safe. Most importantly, get drunk.
Oh, no. I'm not going to get drunk, man. But I'm going to do a few other things. Bye.
Deuces, fam. Deuces.
Hey, Ryan. What's your take on Nioh 2 having character customization instead of having just one normal character?
That's cool,
it's
man.
about time.
Oh my god,
that's cool, man.
Customization. Oh my god,
I love it. It's a lot better. So it's a lot better than the last time. You don't have no dull male character. You can have a female character and go all out, whatever you want, which is good. Try to create it. I'm definitely going to be doing that when this game comes out. Speaking of Nioh 2, for those of you wondering how is it, it's dope. It is 3 times better than the first one. I can definitely confirm that. It's a lot more aggressive in terms of the AI. They're a lot more aggressive. They have they can pretty much one-shot you now with a certain like charge moves too, which is crazy. They didn't have this ability, especially the guards. So you see me dying and struggling a little bit here. Now keep in mind, obviously you can parry in the game, but you unlock that a little later. It really depends on you in terms of your point management for the skill tree. But parrying has always been one of the coolest things about Nioh. So the fact that they're making it a little tougher for you to get to that is a plus for me, because that's kind of what makes Nioh what it is. You know, just that it's not easy. It's not a walk in the park. I actually like this a little better than I like Sekiro, and I do appreciate games like Sekiro. I platinum Sekiro, so I do like that. But you already know what I like. You already know what I'm looking forward to the most. I want Bloodborne 2. That's what I really want. But Nioh 2 is a nice, pretty much
we all
secondary.
Want that.
Yeah, that's a nice secondary.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything else you want to add to this?
I think that's gonna be like probably like in the 4th year of the PS5 when Bloodborne 2 come out. That might be 4th or 5th year when it come out. I can't wait for that either.
Okay. All right.
What do you think Sony is taking so long?
Ryan, we need that Order 18, man. We need to really get together and find out what's going on with that, man.
I'm probably just going to do another video like I did last time. I'm just going to say remembering the Order 1886 because I'm telling you, that game's a gem. It needs to be given a chance. Needs to be given a chance.
It is.
Loved it.
I mean, the game has garnered a cult following. If you really notice, like people will talk about the game. It didn't score perfectly well. It didn't do what it was set out to do, but it garnered that.
It piqued your imagination of what they could do, pretty much. Because they got werewolves, they got vampires. Who's to say they wouldn't go into other realms and introduce characters like Van Helsing?
Bro, that would be crazy if you could get to play with Van Helsing.
You know what I'm saying? Because remember, he's basically rogue at this point, at the end. Who's to say he doesn't partner up with a certain monster killer like Van Helsing?
And that would be that.
Y'all don't think about this, yo. People don't think about this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's dope.
Weaponry is so like I love the imagination that they had getting Nikola Tesla, man. Like, oh my God, this game, bro. Like this game, the next one could be like a masterpiece, man.
Bro, and then you find out that the Order is, even though the Order is led by the Holy Grail, which I like the spin of the Holy Grail. There's a reason why they followed the Holy Grail, because it what? Grants you eternal life. I like that. I like that spin. But again, even with the Holy Grail and all stuff like that, it's just like, yo, they really did think this through. Especially with the leader of the whole thing. You found out that he's actually a vampire. That was a nice spin, even though I kind of figured there was something going on. But I was like, damn, he's a vampire? Okay.
Yeah,
I like
remember,
that.
vampires are
easy, mortal. Like they're hard to spot at this point, yeah, because they can blend in so well. So that was interesting. Definitely interesting.
You know what? The scary thing, like, if that game comes out, does that game need a multiplayer, Ryan?
I would say horde mode. At best, a horde mode. That'd be sick.
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I'll say that. A fucking legit all-out team deathmatch mode where all of us shooting shots. No, fuck that. I don't need no shit like that. I don't want no shit like that. I would rather have stay to his roots.
Why do you think that Sony not created any new Bloodborne yet, but actually given the green light?
For what? Bloodborne?
Yeah.
Bloodborne's made by another company. It's called Japan Studio, and Japan Studio is taking a break on Souls type games. That's why.
What are they making? Do you know?
Have no clue, but they're taking a break on Souls types. So whatever they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's gonna be a while before we see it. I'm thinking
it's gonna happen, just not now. And when it happens, it's gonna be like that shock value. Like, I remember when Crash Bandicoot was shown at that E3 for 2016. Actually, no, it'll be bigger than that. It'll probably be up there with God of War when we first saw God of War the first time. I can see the pop being very similar to that. People jumping out their seat for that type of thing. But until we get there,
Sony doesn't need a real big game for when it first comes out. The PS5, it doesn't need a real big game because Sony is so much on top. People gonna buy it regardless.
Oh, bro, can you imagine the Spider-Man fucking reveal money?
Oh my God!
Can we imagine the Spider-Man reveal? All they gotta do is show Green Goblin. You already know what's up, big boy. They show Green Goblin. That's all they gotta do.
Oh my God!
Or Venom. Actually, no. Show Venom. Just show Venom and come out with a custom black PS4 to go with this. You see what I'm going with this? I'm going creative with Spider-Man. Spider-Man, they can really go all out with a custom Venom PS4.
Or better yet, introduce two different Spider-Man PS4 consoles. Like one.
That's what I just said, motherfucker.
No, one was the normal Spider-Man costume, and the other was Venom.
I just said that, motherfucker. A custom Venom's PS4. What the fuck?
Oh shit! I don't know what's wrong with here. I'm gonna show
that everybody be off air now and then. You know when you just off today.
This motherfucker was off completely. Shit.
God, yeah, I'm deaf today.
Listen, all I'm waiting for next gen is a fucking Gran Turismo 7. The Order the Order 86 sequel. I want my Bloodborne 2. I want a fucking sequel to Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, you'll get
Slide
that.
the Cooper and the Slide Cooper.
Sly Cooper, I'm sold.
I want that. I want a Sly Cooper. I'm sorry if there might be a lot of people that might disagree with me. I want Sly the Cooper because it was a hella fun game to play. Bring back Onimusha, please.
Okay.
Please.
9.
Sly Cooper. Didn't they go the last? Oh yeah, right. The last one was they went in time and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I really want to see a SOCOM, even if it's not multiplayer, but just a campaign style SOCOM, please, because I'm missing some of my Navy SEAL action. Let's see what else can we get. I just want some good games for next gen, even reiterations of old games that we had from previous generations. Bring back to life.
And forgot about Ryan Landis because they fucking. There's no way they just said press F for Resistance 2. I think we're going to get a Resistance revival in some way or fashion going into PS5. I see it happening. I can see that happening because that game alone was dope. Like especially part 2 with the multiplayer, it was really well done. I think that game has potential to be remastered or redone or another entry, or really just remastered or not remastered, remade for PS5. From the ground up and start all over. I think they can do it for sure. Absolutely.
Yep.
So,
I would want them to make a remaster of 1, 2, and 3 because I never actually played the Resistance series, and I actually gave away my PS3 to my family. So yeah.
Okay.
And for Pete's sake, I know everybody loves Ghost of Tsushima. I'm looking.
Don't talk shit about my game. Don't talk shit.
I am looking very forward to the game. I'm not talking crap. I am just pushing it to the side.
Ghost of Tsushima is trash.
You can't push Ghost of Tsushima
Push it to the side.
What?
And let me get a damn proper Infamous Second Son sequel.
Nah, I take Ghost over Infamous.
Fuck yeah.
Infamous can go on the side for a little bit.
No.
Ghost of Tsushima is a...
Nah, I
love my Japanese culture. I love my Japanese culture.
I want to finish Delson's storyline. I love Samurai.
I love
the code.
His storyline's already been told.
The code of
He's evil.
decapitation.
Delson's story is finished though.
But I want it's not completely finished.
Yeah, he's evil. He's an evil dumbass and he kills everybody.
Nah, he's not. Trust me. They still have.
Okay, technically. All right, what shit did y'all pick? Did y'all pick that good ending? Because I'm telling you right now, I don't think it fit Dels's character to have that garbage good ending. I thought he was just better as a deviant or a bad guy.
I mean, because Cole wasn't a deviant or a bad guy. You just take the choice upon of taking that role, but conceptually, the game is for you to do good. So
I think he was better as a bad guy.
I want a sequel to enlighten more his character, his detail, his upbringing, not just
How about Fetch?
Small details.
Why not just have Fetch come back?
I mean, I would like to see both of them actually in the game, where you can choose to play with either Fetch or Delson, and then have like a co-op based scenario where it doesn't have to be with somebody online, but the AI could actually help you out with certain missions or certain aspects of where you got to defeat enemies. That would be freaking great.
Okay.
But I just want an Infamous. I want to finish it and close it out with a bang. That's all.
All right.
And after that, Ghost of Tsushima can get all the fame and glory it deserves. I want an Infamous. I want to be Infamous again.
All right.
I would totally take an Infamous.
They work on something like that. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. They need to at this point.
I would totally take an Infamous, but Cole's story, not Cole, Dustin's story is finished. I want them to go back to Cole because they actually find Cole more interesting.
Cole died when he faced the beast. You forgot.
Yeah, but they also retconned it with one also, so they can retcon it as well with two.
Maybe.
They did retcon it with the first one, right?
Maybe. I'm pretty sure.
I do. I don't remember, so that's why I was so surprised when I saw what I saw.
Yeah.
But I just love, as someone that with my avatar is from One Piece, I just love the fact that you can actually control elements
Okay.
like neon, smoke, even TV, now video games. It's just amazing that you're capable of doing something like that.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Would anyone want
I have no.
Gravity Rush 3?
What's up?
Would anyone want to play the Gravity Rush 3?
Gravity Rush 3, yeah, that was a good game. That actually was
2 was a good. I'm asking if anyone
a third
would
one.
like a
Third
new
part
one.
would be great too, because that game was actually a great game to even play, man. Like even the
Yeah.
Second one didn't sell
First
that
one
good.
and 2 are amazing. Too bad they didn't solve well.
Yeah, I think it was just people were not into that aspect of gaming where you have to literally like traverse at an angle and do certain actions to get to the other place. I mean, that was the downfall of the game. But the actual concept, the way it was portrayed and how beautifully it looked design wise, that
The
game
color pop.
It has its potential. Like that game has a lot of potential. If you give it the proper, I'll say the proper development, that game could actually become a banger. But it has to be done correctly.
Do you think they should have went a little bit darker tone, story wise?
Yep.
Because that was depth for that to happen, right?
Yeah, it was more dark theme, but I think they just wanted to put like a positive aspect to the character, and I think that's where the fallout really began, and people were not as interested into the second part because the character was just too neutral.
Too happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
Instead, I think Kat should have actually fought her rival and killed her rival to get a little bit of character development, character progression, some kind of, because I think, and this is how this generation is, we're tired of I am the good guy, I want to do everything for my friend, I want to do everything for this world. No, we want a protagonist that can blur the line between good and a little bit dark to protect who he wants to protect.
Oh, true, duly noted. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen,
what's the name?
Let's cut this short.
All right. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I have no more. I have no more topics, guys. I'm all out. I covered everything. Well, we just went through everything. Appreciate everybody who came through. This show was fucking lit. Over 200 plus people. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for the support. Want to give a massive shout out to our special guest, Mr. Karaba, aka Ace, and of course, brother from the past, Mr. Big Money. What's going on?
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, no problem. Let me let y'all do your outros, and we're gonna shut this down. Go ahead, Money.
Hey man, like always, man, it was great with my brothers Carlos and Ryan. Love these guys to death, man. This was a humbling experience, man, coming back because we ain't did nothing together in a while. So
almost 2 years.
Yeah, almost 2 years, man, and it's great. Y'all make sure y'all come check these guys out, man, every Friday, 5 o'clock. If y'all don't know about, we do our little show on Sundays at 2 o'clock. Come check that out, PlayStation Legion. Hey, man, this is a humbling experience, man. Like, real shit. When you ain't did shit in a long time with people you got mad love for, bruh, it's a humbling experience. So thank y'all for coming out. Everybody in the chat, man, I couldn't see everything, so I don't normally look at the chat, So if anybody said what's up, man? I got mad love, nothing but mad love for y'all, man. Mm-hmm. So I'll check y'all later, man. Shout out to the panel, everybody on the panel. This was a good and funny ass. I thought it was gonna be awkward, but fucking funny. It was funny as fuck. Real shit.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you. Thank y'all to everybody, the panel, everybody, man. Come
Absolutely.
check them out.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence, my brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mr. Ace. He done killed it.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Mr. Ace.
Yeah, I'm Ace. Thanks for having me. You can find me sometimes at FT Violence podcast. And yeah, lots of fun.
Okay.
Hit the like button.
Definitely hit that like button. Yeah. And shout out to shout out to Foxy Games because he dipped out. He had to go. Shout out to Foxy Games UK for also being here, as well as Craig Harris, who's always also here as well. So shout out to them. And I'm gonna let everybody else do their outro. Lobo.
Hey guys, the Deaf Lobo. Thank you guys for watching another episode of RGT. Hit the like button on your way out, and I'll be uploading a video soon. Hopefully by tomorrow night I have it uploaded. And you can find me at the Savage Lobo on YouTube, and on Twitter it'll be iZorak03. Thank you guys. Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Carlos Fernandez.
I have a little special guest right next to me who also wants to say hi to the audience. Go ahead, my son.
Hi.
Hey, bud.
Hey, bud.
And with that being said, like-minded individuals always create a good show. That is why we're the Real Gamer Talk Show. That is why we always bring that real talk to everyone and each and every single perspective of every person's opinions. A big old shout out to my brother, BitCloud Gaming, Big Money, iLobo, Ace, Craig Harris, Foxy Games UK. With that being said, check us out on Twitter as well. Follow each and every one of us. Gamer by choice, not by trend. And Chris, do the honors.
My favorite part of this broadcast is you talking about things.
With that being said, man, gamer by choice, not by trend.
I thought he was going to say that. He just said his favorite part of the show.
Wait, did you say gamer by choice, not by trend?
I thought he was going to say that. He said my favorite part was that. Well, thank you. All right. This is Big Cloud Game. Thank you guys again for showing up. We appreciate y'all. We will see you guys next week, same time, 5 p.m. Eastern time here on the show. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you. Much love. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, y'all play y'all games. We out of here.